following games are going to be out unfolding for us today. But game number 1 locked and loaded here for the BIWEEK 4 Day 2 Naraka Bladepoint Pro League. We're back again. My name is Creators. I'm here with Severio. We got Scrap House already here. We're starting off with pace against Chuzong.
Now, Chuzong's going to be looking ahead and with no HP. Almost gets caught by the R&B parry attempt from Pace, but he finds that reinitiation and a blue focus to finish the job. Now it's going to be Pace's first elimination coming through here. Now Arano, he's chasing out AS, who has purple fist blade. He gets caught into a parry. All his armor's gone. All his HP might be death sentence here. He has no combo breaker for another millisecond or so, and AS gets his first elimination as a result.
That was a crazy pair. We did see Frostovich showing up to the party as well. WBG Spider now against DRG's Fong, and these two have been going at it for years now. Fong already with a fan in hand. We do see Spider with a purple longsword currently right now, trying to kite out the situation. Fong, though, might be applying the pressure. Frostovich is going to fall to AIS, and that's AIS's second elimination of game number 1 very early into this game. Pace as well with his first, but Fong has his eyes onto Spider. Common armor here for Spider. AIS in the back end could have the potential third party here to snag up more eliminations. Already spotting Spider trying to kite out. DRG's Fong now on the key lane is going to drop down since the R&B focus. Now it's going to be AIS with a damage there onto the key lane. He is going to eat up a lot of damage there on the blue armor. Now getting caught up here in the corner. There's going to be a lot of damage happening towards his way. The jump LMB. This is one thing that I noticed that Mike was doing. Look at these triple jump LMBs there to counter the scale rush there. We see Mike do that as well for the BIWEEK 3 finals. So we're seeing the showcase here for day number 2.
Yeah, catching frame perfect jump LMBs is actually something that creates more pressure against your opponent if they're not suspecting it. Could cause them to go into an arranged moment of casting abilities and ultimates that they may or may not have wanted to use just because they ended up going through. But turnaround coming in from Fong. AS taking a lot of points to lose out his armor. Now there's going to give Spider enough reason to come through here. This place has a lot of kiting options and breaking line of sight. So AS is going to take the stairwell. You can see Fong is not going to let this one out here, grappling towards his opponent. Another fight happening in the northwest with Wu Fong. I saw it coming through here into the northeast. Now you're going to see Fong at 1 HP. 1 jump LMB is going to be necessary to kill it off with a longsword. It's not going to be the case for Spider. As you can see, AS captures it. Third elimination so far. Soul to be picked up by Spider, and now it's going to be a chance between whether or not he's going to get out of this one alive.
Yeah, he does manage to cast carousel in the corner. That's big damage. Into the follow-up is one that doesn't care, but a jump LMB there for WBG Spider. And we've seen that combo a lot in Aroma Yang, being able to extend it as well off of the 1, 2, 3 to continue with a second one if you're able to catch the grapple bump off of it alone. But now WBG Spider off of game number 1 already showcasing some combos. We do have Wang Leon with the Volpine instance. He is going to have that big chunky health back if he does manage to lose all his HP, and this is where it starts getting a little bit tricky. You don't want to lose that Jade inside the Roma Yang. We saw I forgot who it was, hiding the Jade our first day and, making sure he doesn't lose that Wolpine Incense in the Roman Yang. And then, after the ice has off and, he ran out of the Vermilion's Bird's Might, he came back and re-picked up that Jade because that is a Jade that is very, very crucial, especially in the end games where everybody, is down to Fiend, whoever is super weak. So having that in your inventory is super strong. But Chuzong might get aggressed on here by Arano, who do have some sorts of pressure happening, I believe. Now Chuzong might be trying to look here for Arano. We do have Fong going at it against FPSEQ's Verse. Going to be blue dual blades against blue fan here for DRG's Fong.
Yeah, for Fong right now, though, going for the clutch R&Bs, keeping through for those nice chip damage hits, forcing Fong away, though. Verse is going to keep going ahead and go for the recess. Fong disengages completely. This is going to be a point where we can actually go towards the Imperial camp. This area being close also to floating platforms. Having Fong to take this chance of just rotating around to try to find some extra loot goodies, and as well as a Firefly, considering that we are on a nighttime for the first round for solos. Now, Fong gets himself some loot off of this platform, it looks like. As he's looting up here, Verse is still going to try to go ahead and keep eyes peeled. And that's going to be where we're going to switch over. Frostfist and XY over towards the city, towards Imperium, I should say. And I'm hoping to see him to the east side near the Sword Gate, or the Sword Tomb, I should say. XY on his Temi game. Haven't invested in the F just yet. Waiting for Frostfist to make his move and approach in terms of the chase. Now, Jump LB right there. Confirms a little bit of points damage. Now we have only about 300 armor left or so. There's going to be the chance here for Frostfist to look for the 1, 2, 3. The F2 investment is going to be caused to get dodged. And XY puts himself in the spot in the corner, making sure he can get caught through here for the Jump LB again. Frostfist is going to be baited out here for a blue focus hold from XY. And now it's going to be the public thrust coming out here, but the F1 is invested. XY has himself to look for the scare rush because he's looking to reinitiate, but he decides to back off. This is going to be the beta that we've been hoping to see, and whether or not XY can get caught by Frostfist if an ultimate has to be invested before Rowan Yang.
There it is. The Temi ultimate is being invested. He catches the Wisp as well. And he's going to be able to extend this as well. Here goes the grapple bump to the Wisp extension. Can't go into the RB focus, and he does. And this is exactly what I was talking about. XY not throwing down the Wisp there, playing up for those extensions. And we see it being played out once again against Frostivus. And that's going to be Frostivus game number 1 for today. Super unfortunate for him, but XY, man, this is exactly what I was talking about, man. Being able to extend with the Wisp is super crucial. There's so much damage, especially if the F is on cooldown, and a character like Matari that can't use the F under attack and it's soft true with some things. Being able to just get that free extension off like that is just beautiful. And XY picking up a red longsword already here in Imperium with a really nice weapon here to start off his first game of the day. Arano posted up for the Roman Yang. We do have Arano. Might get a contested here, or he is going to get contested here by XY. XY is able to get the Siphon back, and I believe this is the second time we see this longsword in play here, Severio.
Yeah, second time we were able to cast both of them, and now XY has to put himself in a spot. This red longsword is a target on his back. The moment someone can see his HP, they will see that symbol, and this gives a full priority listing for the players to see who's got that damage spike. Now XY, he's a monster with the longsword. We've seen his 2-1 resets. We've seen how well he's able to manage it, and that's just chip damage. That's not him throwing any blues. That's either him holding blue to catch for neutral, and he goes ahead and sets shop. And that's going to be the case scenario when he has to use ultimate to invest. It's only used under pretenses of the area of effect that he's at, looking for the location that he's kind of poising himself across. Now for him to have all these purple weapons on standby, that's going to be his set alongside with his longsword. So if anything happens when he loses that, the damage spike opportunity comes at a cost of whether or not he can just look towards, swapping over katana, slide uppercuts, and just extending that out. That's enough reason for him to just have a weapon that he's going to be comfortable with, that's going to be on the standby worst case scenario.
Now, XY and the Roman Yang. First one of the day against Wang Liang. Temi v Valda right now. He does have the Vulpine Essence. So, I mean, even though he does get that Vulpine Essence proc, XY does have the potential to continue extending depending on the situation here. We do see both players playing that longsword once again. The longsword being a very good, hongsword there for Wang Liang. He is going to be trying to fish for these carousels on the wall, but the R&B F called in here for XY. Goes for the Scare Rush, catches this as well. He's going to go ahead and invest the Temi. Oh, now the Valda ultimate is going to invest in the counter grapple as well. Catches the fire off of this. He can extend the 2-on-1 carousel into the follow-up grapple. Misses though, doesn't get the extension. And now Wang Liang trying to save up this time here to try to respond off of this situation.
Big trouble here for XY though. He's going to get caught by that neutral. That's going to be the setup right there for R&Bs. No, it looks like it's going to be coming out here. Wang Liang going to try to extend it, but it's not going to be successful for a little bit. And XY has to throw his Wisp out. He gets almost caught by the blue focus, but he's going to be setting up another longsword. He decides to back off. He doesn't know whether or not the combo breaker is going to be used there. Next, XY scales himself out here for a drop down blue. It's not going to be the case for him to kind of go for a Scare Rush. That was risky. And he switches over to a pistol for some micro play, but that's going to be the hold R&B. He's got to not lose his weapon. It's going to be a huge spike. He goes for the 1-2. Doesn't get caught by the 3, and he's going to release that R&B, and that's going to be Vulpine's Essence. It's going to be 40 seconds under the duration right now for XY. It's up to whether or not he's going to be using his combo breaker. Otherwise, it's going to be Wang Liang taking this victory, and he's got to be quick with this because it's going to be a Temi circle in just a couple of seconds. In 30 seconds, he builds enough rage back.
There goes the counter grapple there from Wang Liang, trying to overhold the Scare Rush. Nice grapple there from XY to the jump LMBs. Pistol shot for the extra damage as well. Overhold it, sends it, gets buried. Now Wang Liang coming on top here in this Roman Yang. And what a close fight here between the Valda and the Temis, but Wang Liang on the Valda having to sustain there. Little bit of a error there from XY. Caught the prile near the wall, tries to extend off of it, but he drops. Rare drop there from XY. Spider winning his Roman Yang as well as Pays. Now Wang Liang, the third one here with the Vermilion's Bird's Might buff, is going to be able to snag up the red longsword as well from XY. So that was a very risky blue there to let loose from XY, but still in the mix here. Has about 3 minutes and 50 seconds to be able to cleanse his Yang depletion timer, and he might be going out aggressive there onto Chuzong in the back end.
Yeah, Jishang hitting himself to a Sha, buying some supplies here. Double purple armor for both of these guys. Purple fan Jishang is right next door. None of these players see each other through the little broken crevice. Now for Spider, he takes himself into a fight against Fong. Fong having a little bit of points here for blue armor, but it's going to be a case where Spider looks for the crouch element to the R&B. Scare Rush is right out of there, and you can see in the background as you see SOS1's paste on top of the Vermilion Bird's Might. 2 Verms in the playing field right now, and Fong is in the middle of both of them. This is going to be an armor swap situation where Fong has to keep the cutting going as a Keelan, having not to go ahead and invest ultimate is going to be his biggest mission right now as well, after being forced out. For the horizontals to be spammed out here, no uppercut confirmed, goes for a clink, and you can see Spider now trying to attest towards forcing out Keelan, and that's an early investment from ultimate, giving Hottie usage here from Paste. He's going to be using it to space away, and then he sets himself up, if I'm not mistaken, he just set up a teleport. I didn't even see the V1, actually. I thought we had all V2s here for the for the Hottie. So Pace is going to take the investment for the rage. He's going to go for the lever tech, investing to the chase, Wan Liang on the other hand. It turns out all three of the Realm of Yang winners are actually all in close proximity to one another towards his area. So for everyone taking their chances of fighting out towards Imperial Camp, it's going to be a hell of a fight between everybody over there.
Now Slows here. We're gonna wait to see how it responds for the day. Already getting caught up here by the power from XY. Goes for the slide uppercut. Caught the first one to the 2-on-1. RB focus on XY with a big elimination there onto Slows. Slows falls once again. No eliminations. Does not pick one up for his first game of the day. RB product for Wan Liang. There goes the F invested there from Fong in the back end. Now trying to cut out the situation. Wan Liang full throttles in, trying to see he can find the problem. He does manage to do so. What's going to be the extension here for Wan Liang? 2-on-1, R&B, jump LB misses. Could have gone for the R&B 2-pick, but decides to go for the jump LB. And now Fong has a second opportunity to continue his kite here near this tower.
Now he's got himself at 70% rage. He found a Firefly somewhere in the midst of fights, and now he's taking a little bit more time at chipping damage away at Wan Liang. Now Wan Liang's longsword having enough chances here. He's going to force ultimate proc here, making sure he can commit towards his kill elimination. 18-second duration. That's the new Balda duration in solos for the buff in terms of season 14 for her V2. And now Wan Liang puts himself in the spot, trying to go ahead and not invest any second spear or the first spear. He has 0 grapples available for him, and this is where Fong can turn this around. He knows the duration of the aspect for the ultimate, and he's going to go ahead and send this one all in, looking for a grapple stack there, gets himself for 1 slash, and now he's at red bar health in terms of consuming HP. He's going for it, he's slamming down, he's going for the 3-piece there, and there's going to be a chance for him to go to an immortality guard. This is going to be a high risk maneuver here, as you see Wan Liang anticipates it, goes for the F2, but that slash is confirmed. Vermilion's is burned, and Fong gets himself back into this point, has his first elimination in the game, and still has himself to stay through here for the remainder. With 5 eliminations, AS has just picked up against Spider.
That is a nice elimination there from Fong. Spider as well. Vermilion's burst might procs there. He is going to be taking a trip back to the Soul Ultra Reverse. Wufong, Chuzong, Arano all posted up. XY as well. Trying to lay down some pressure there with the bow shot, but Wufong being the one hunted in this situation, very low in the back end. No Keelan ultimate as well there for Wufong. Still, but a lot of players on his show does manage to find a blue armor swap. We got the F procs there from the Keelan after, just knocking back anybody who releases anything. Wufong in the back end though still manages to create a little bit of distance. Spider now joining the mix. Do see him there with a purple fist blade, but XY wants to take this Realm of Yang once again. Might be just applying some pressure there from the Realm Circle. We do have, I believe we saw Nunchuck Meter Burn Dragon's War maybe in the back end. Chuzong now applying the pressure once again to Spider. Wufong's going to fall off of this, and Wufong now is going to drop here for game number 1. We have top 9 now for our first game of the day. Second Realm of Yang starting to form on up as we speak. We do have XY with a pass. First, applying the pressure there onto XY, but Wan Liang and Arano are going to be the ones going at it on this Realm of Yang. And look at the J setup, or the weapon setups here for Wan Liang. Already kitted out. Arano with just a blue pole sword for the big damage, and does have blue staff and a blue dagger, but it's going to be Arano taking the skies here against Wan Liang.
Yeah, able to read over the Jade. It's going to be a scatter shot. Instead, opting in for the pistol. It's a shotgun weapon in the game. And now Wan Liang here takes himself in terms of scare rushing, hiding around here, switching over to R&B Power, something that Arana was not anticipating. But he's going to go ahead for chip. He get caught by neutral. Yeah. That might be elimination right there. Clean, easy peasy R&B, 1 HP in the dream is going to be the healing lead. Mortality guard to be procced out here and limited slashes. And Wan Liang's going to anticipate it here. Has all the time in the world here. Like he's going to go ahead and look to try to throw a V2 water spear if he can, but he gets caught by these slashes back and forth, and that's HP giving back to Arana. But once using the jump LB, that's all he needs to get that, secure that victory.
Yeah, that was beautiful there. I mean, that's just so much damage there. Headshot there from XY onto Fong. Now, this is another big scrap off here. Hunk sword in hand for XY. The blue dagger for Fong. Jump parry there for XY. It's going to go ahead and off with the LB focus there. It's going to weave the F as well there from Fong. Catches the prowl once again. And this is going to be the elimination here for XY. Clean dodges there from XY. And the tech chase as well for the elimination. That was disgusting there once again from XY. It's going to snag up all the loot. Gold nunchucks. Going to get the gold armor as well. He is set up now once again here for his first game of the day on the Timmy. I'm very curious to see how he's going to be able to extend with the gold nunchucks, potentially with, you know, some nunchuck meter burn into a wisp. We're going to have to wait to see how he plays it out. But XY coming in hot here once again, showcasing how strong he can be with 5 on the board. But another player who has 5 is AIS. I feel like we kind of been sleeping on the AIS currently here for this first game.
Bro, I want to see how AIS got those kills. I need some replays, is what I'm trying to say, because AIS is doing work out this lobby, too. I mean, we saw how fast he was able to kind of accrue kills over towards this area with fist blades, right? He found elimination after elimination after elimination in the beginning of the game before first round of Yang. So for him to kind of stack out here as fast as possible is going to be something he can take through with just the gold amount alone in terms of Dark Tide coins. But Fong hiding out here by the Sword Tomb, having him chance to kind of go for the res, Spider and Chishang actually on the nearby status. We're looking to try to see whether or not they're going to be waiting for any sort of souls, and looking at the soul altars, right? They're peering into the soul of their opponents, and that's going to be where Fong goes straight to a shop, looking to try to purple armor, and he's successful with it. 10k gold for the first one, it looks like to be for him, and of course taking into this is the sustain game. This is the second time that he's lost Roman Yang this round for today for this round into Midoriya. So for right now, as a Keelan keeps cutting it around, Chishang is absolutely ballistic, dodging every single thing, bobbing and weaving.
Whoa.
You might have seen me looking at you, but I ain't gonna worry about that, bro.
That was so funny to see that, because you just see his little green icon just moving. But XY getting active against Wang Liang, and I mean, he was not happy about losing that red longsword. He might be getting aggressive onto. No, XY is gonna go ahead and pull ahead, trying to seek and find anybody trying to get active, because the Yang depletions are in play here for Fong alone. So that player is going to get aggressive onto somebody. Arano snagging up a purple armor this time around with the purple pulse sword, starting to move on in. Do have about 50 seconds for Wang Liang on the White Tiger's prowess, and XY with about 65 seconds. Arano gonna go ahead and move on in against Chuzong and Spider. We do have a little bit of aggression, I believe, happening here. He does manage to kite or find Spider here. Spider now getting, Arano getting counter grappled there by Chuzong, and it's gonna be Chuzong getting active against Arano in the backside. We do have the Hottie staying up there to stay into the end game, as we usually see. The buddy system always being played out standard at this point. We do have, 2 Liams in the field as well, the 3 Hotties, so the advantages are going to be going towards the Hotties with the character count in play. Fong now with 2 minutes and 40 seconds is going to have to try to get active pretty soon.
And now for Fong taking out the time, it's going to be up to this fight over by the Gate of Heaven. For everyone being here, Pace being the V1 Hottie, the type of aggression that has to be had if you realize he is V1 is camping out the teleporter in solos, right? But he already placed it. Everyone is camping it. He eats apes. This is where that re-aggression has to come through, but it's only going to be to the benefit if there's not 17 people around you, and that's going to be the case for Pace. Has Gold Fan, still has the advantage here with no Rummy Yang depletion, but he's going to have to keep fighting as long as he can. He's got 14 grapples on standby, a little bit of 6 armor powders, 3 healing berries. The amount of aggression that can come out from shipping damage away from him from flinks, as well as just catching 1 hit to the next and mitigating with holding blue. Pace is keeping the kiting alive through the Gate of Heaven. For the realization for some players, if this is going to be a wild haymaker for the Rummy Yang depletion to get rid of, such as for Arano, such as with Fong, this is going to be where they have to take this into their own hands, maybe having to invest in ultimate, and that's going to be their realization for the lobby, that they are the ones to be eliminated due to time alone. That way they can just space themselves away from one another.
Yeah, I mean, we saw those quick scale rushes there from Pace. Now XY might be getting a little bit of pressure towards him, the lone Temi for this game. And we also have the lone Valda chasing down in the backside. They are going to be trying to stick together, though. They are the off picks here for this game alone. We do see the Keelan still with, we had Arano's over Yang depletion timer. So it was 2 Keelans with Yang depletion timer, Fong and Arano. We do see them are going to try to get active. So this could be bad here for the Keelans, because it's both same characters. F invested for Arano in the back end. We do have a lot of pressure happening there. We got the cannon shot slide on in. Fong picks up elimination in the bloom as well. Manages to set dodge roll out of it. He is going to cleanse as well. So he's staying up for this game, but the pressure's still going to be going towards his way.
Yeah, big chances for Arano to get caught out there, and that's exactly what Fong was seeking out, to see whether or not he is also the one that, with less time, and takes the risk, takes the bait. Was showing case to be someone to be teaming up with the Keelan in terms of survival rate because of the same character, but it looks like Fong takes it into his own hands and got the elimination, got the soul bloom. He's good to go. He's hiding all the way towards Imperium and just hiding out towards the Gate of Heaven's north side entrance. And now for the case, Mystic might be in the buff out here for a Spearwell. Now for the Spearwell buff in this circle, every Spearwell passes point from circles 3 and 4, from shadow 3 and 4 to be collapsed. If you guys don't know, after a certain amount of time, collapsing of the circles happen. This is going to be where the 2-minute timer buff is going to be coming into effect. Now, for the players to take this, it's only going to be used for rage regen. Now, we're looking at Spider's chances here for his fist blades. Man's been looking to try to look in and locking this build out here. Looking towards Pace, though, having longsword of gold rarity as well as the fan. He's going to be having an HP Jade, if I'm not mistaken, going to be an advanced heal that he's taking advantage of, and that's going to be the case, and that's an advanced advanced heal on the hottie. That's an advanced heal that can get himself to scale out away. He can reset and get one heal off, or he can just fly around and take 1 or 2 pots, and that's all he's going to be needing. AS taking a lot of J's into consideration here, as he's going to be able to look in terms of using the dual blades, possibly taking out the Kablu if he's going to be wanting to utilize that. And for AS having to work into that play with the pulse sword, that's going to be his comfortability pick, and of course as a weapon as it comes out here. Now the drop down comes towards of XY, and he's going to be on the aggressive. He finds a parry, and it's going to be a big sap hit coming out from that back line.
Yeah, he's going to lose the gold nunchucks there to Spider. Now Wang Liang showing up to the mix. Since out the damage to Spider, Spider's going to have to force the back up here to take a quick reset in for himself. Chuzong now showing up to the mix. Wang Liang loses a lot of that gold armor. XY back in the mix. Everybody trying to contest the Spirit Well right now. They want to pick up this buff. Everybody, we've seen it time and time again. You don't want to invest too much and eat up a lot of damage and potentially get eliminated to this Spirit Well. As we saw Mike for his last game of day number 1, he just stood in the pocket, and everybody has a cannon now in solos, so just eating up that splash damage is just very, very hard to try to deal with, especially in a situation like this. But Wang Liang with a massive parry there onto Fong in the back end. XY tries to get a little bit of damage onto him as well. Spider with the Nocturne meter burn there, trying to claim up the Spirit Well for the time being. Pace in the back end, eats up a lot of damage. He's going to drop very low as well. He's going to be forced to pop this Hottie ultimate. He should go ahead and throw down the Q and just go ahead and take a full reset in for himself. Wang Liang now in the center of this Spirit Well, trying to see if he can go ahead and claim this for himself. We do have the gold pulse sword and the Valda ultimate online right now for Wang Liang, and it looks like the pressure has iced off down here for Wang Liang. It is going to get that Mystic Mike plus that second gold armor for himself and a gold spear.
Yeah, and keeping in mind, for Trios, it's going to be 2-minute buff, but for Wang Liang, it's going to be a chance for him to actually lock this buff, lock down this buff by himself, taking vision, taking everything in mindfulness, and he's going to space away towards the shop, has 25k gold, just nearly on top of that mark. And for him to actually take in terms of this shop, this is going to be where he can roll for Jades if you look for it. I mean, this is going to be a case scenario where it's only supplies, but guess who's waiting from the outlines? XY. It's like a mirror match coming through here. It's like we've seen Deja Vu coming back and forth, and for Wang Liang, having been involved with Mystic Might, that's a lot of mitigation, right? Sustain is one thing. Taking an ultimate cast to be out where you take a temporary HP shield that eats up any and all damage is another thing. And now it's going to be where Wang Liang puts out the works as he's scaling straight towards the heart of danger and has a Roar Burst as the Jane of choice, and he catches Pace as a result. And Pace has to invest F2, but this is going to be a chase, but an XY whisk throw is going to be substantial here as he's going to be forced out in a position he'd rather not be in.
Wow, that was a disgusting whisk there from XY. Wang Liang, though, fully jaded out, but he also has desperation. So, I mean, he is kitted out right now on the Valda, especially being that off pick and having success right now. It's super massive, especially with how new the changes are for that character alone. Pace, though, is going to eat up a lot of damage using this Hottie ultimate to try to weave around. He's going to go ahead and throw down the cube to potentially use it if he gets caught up here in the corner. We do see the R&B focus there from Fong, and Fong always having his eyes posted up for whoever's the weakest lane. The cube is going to be taking different Pace, but out aggression there from Burst in the bottom side. He is going to go ahead and bait out Pace to go ahead and use his F once again. So Pace still trying to stay alive. XY with gold armor, Wang Liang as well. Everybody there in that area are going to have a lot of sustain there with that armor alone, but Pace does manage just to stay up for now. Pops a powder in, I believe, with the advance hill. Like Severio mentioned earlier, he's going to go ahead and keep ticking that armor up each time he pops one in. Chuzong and XY now showing up to the mix, and the pressure's still not icing off here from Pace.
Yeah, and Pace can't make his way to a shop right now, so it's going to be off to the dead folks that makes sure he can get off the bodies, and having to force aggression here. XY takes a whisk throw and the mark of destiny there as Wang Liang investing his F2 for the combo breaker. Now Wang Liang here at a low point for his HP, looking to switch over to Pulse Sword, try to look for Stone Form. He gets denied as Spider puts on the pressure into making sure he can lock down this Valda in place. Mystic Might up for another 37 seconds for Wang Liang. It's going to be only a case scenario if he gets caught out here. He looks to try to kite around and bait out for his chase, but there's going to be Shang looking for the Crotch LMBs and looking for the uppercut if he can. But for Wang Liang, this is going to be a case of him and not having to invest his F2 again, but also to his ultimate. He can't use his ultimate until he, finds full value off of it. XY baiting out for that whisk throw. Wang Liang does not take that bait, and he's going to get a reset here for at least a majority of his armor, maybe even full reset as a whole, while Fong just sits on standby waiting this one out.
Yeah, Fong's still up. The lone killing here for this game is still alive right now. XY, though, with 5, as well as AIS, as we mentioned earlier. Spider with 3, Burst and Pace, as well as Fong and Wang Liang with 2 eliminations on our board here for our top 8 for this game. We do have eliminations a little bit scattered there. We do have 5 for 2 players, but Spider right behind them with 3. is going to be able to still be able to contest this MVP if he's able to find some success here in his last and final moments of this game. He is there on the 3-stack of Hottie, so he does have the advantage in that department. But now we do see them posted up there on top, trying to lay down some range pressure. XY now might be contesting this, has to whisk online, looking for a whisk, doesn't connect there onto Spider, still applying the pressure onto Spider on the backside. Now AIS and Fong all start to move on in. Verse still with Candy in hand, is going to get aggressive there from Fong. AIS is going to go ahead and wait it is out to find a potential scale rush. And here with the purple rarity on the pulse sword, he's going to be able to do a lot of damage. We see one R&B there onto Fong, checking out 2 blocks of that purple armor, and that's just so much damage there off of that weapon alone.
Yeah, he's also got Blistering Edge to hold down onto Sandby. We're going to see an ultimate investment here from XY, losing all his armor and making sure that Spider can hold blue in the opposite direction, doesn't get caught by any sort of attempt for a parry. And XY's going to be spamming out these twists in this corridor. As long as these opponents can try to not look and peek out, they may not get caught, and that's not going to be someone else to look for a background blue focus. And then XY is not looking for the kite out. Gets caught by a grapple in midair, having no combo breakers. Got to throw that whisk as fast as possible, but a mid-air meter dump from Spider connects for 2 hits, and XY is caught again. And now Spider switches up, and he goes ahead and keeps his uppercuts alive. And this fights are happening between both XY and Spider. And in the background, you can see in the other side of this gate of heaven, this is going to be a chance of everybody looking to survive for themselves. And we have a lot of players alive. Everyone in this endgame circle stays through. And it's going to be XY being the first one down in this scrap off before the next minute and 10 seconds start entering into these final moments.
And there it is. Spider with 4 on the board now. Does manage to get some damage towards him from Fong. He's going to be forced to pop the Zap. Super unfortunate there for the time. It's just super rough, especially with a terrain like this where we do have a 2-piece low ground and high ground. It's super rough, especially if you're forced to pop the ultimate very early. So super unfortunate there for XY. Was forced to pop it. Does manage to go down, but Spider still getting pressure applied to him there by Fong in the corner this time around, trying to stay up. Does manage to scale rush on up. Does manage to find a little bit of area here to take a quick reset in for himself. We do see him now going to go ahead and full top off that purple armor. Pace and Verse still going at it on the top side. AIS still fishing for some damage off the port sword. Wang Liang and Fong on the bottom side, both going at it there. The Valda and the Keelan, the 2 lone characters. We got Pace now investing this Hottie ultimate. Go ahead and throw down the cube. Gonna go ahead and cancel the I believe, or probably stays. Yeah, he stays on it, pops the cube. Now Spider as well, taking flight there on the Hottie. Chuzong as well. Everybody, big damage there from the Keelan ultimate. We do have Fong dropping very low though. 3 slashes there onto 3 players. Wang Liang with the Valda wave, picks up 1 there, falls up, picks up another. No, that's Bert. Fong now with another one, and now 3 players up. Wang Liang with another one, and now that's a massive game here from Wolves' Wang Liang on the Valda, showcasing why this character can't be in the meta here for the Pro League, and Wang Liang showing out here for game number 1.
We got to see whether or not his plays there was an echo chamber. I would assume that the Liam setting up that knockback with his Auric Sword fusion came at a cost, and that's for everyone involved. And then with Wang Liang taking high ground position, having water spears gives us a thumbs up of assurance. Like, yeah, everyone's going to be playing ball after this one. Now, listen, here Frostus comes into and spawning there, but game 2's going to begin here. Cinnabar Valley start off here, slap off versus Spider.
Always love to see these slap offs. I mean, that's all you have, and it's still very well. Massive 1.0 there from Spider. The overhaul for the second one as well. Gets the damage there onto Verse. Dual blades in hand this time around for Verse. Gets caught up in the corner, but no, the massive parry there for Verse. And the jump in and beat finisher. And that's all that is needed there for Verse. Is 1 parry onto Spider, and he is going to come out victorious here to scrap off drop.
I really want to see if that was an omnidirectional parry. I don't have to double check that one. But Salvation Podium, 4 players still here, 2 in the below. Wang Liang Chushong getting all the gear, all the loot, as well as through the troves and below. Slows is on top. He's got himself the F2 that we mentioned here for Octa, so it's going to be up to him. But XY is kiting back in towards his area, coming out from the Aquila's gate, or the gate of Aquila. But now, of course, XY having himself enough reason to take chase upon finding fights. He might be the first one to start the fights off. Slows might even be the reason for that. Now we're switching over towards the Misty Forest. You can see AS up against Pace, purple staff, hold check coming out here. It's not going to be released. And AS sticking towards his lake and keeping himself looking towards keeping a parallel line. As the armor is going to be on standby for him, as he's spaced away though, it's going to be a denial. There's going to be the 1 jump LB. There's going to be the armor swap. As he's keeping in mind about it, there is going to be the swap. Now AS having to really worry about it is whether or not he's going to have to burn his ability or he's burning his opponents, as Pace is going to lose out some armor here more than so.
Wow, but with the weapon advantage, he is going to be able to put a lot of damage off the 1-2. Now the lunge connects there for Pace. AIS is going to be forced to pop the Zeph here on the Hottie. Still trying to get hyper aggressive, but Wufong now showing up to the party on the Hottie as well. Pace not getting counter grapple in the back end. It's another player. No, still Wufong on a Matari. Still trying to see if you can find some sorts of damage onto. Looks like he might be choosing AIS out of the two currently right now. Trying to weave that F. Does manage to do so there with the lunge. Dodge there to avoid the prior off of that Matari F. In the backside, we do have Frostivus now showing up to the party as well. Another player in the back end, Pace. So it's a four-way scrap-offs happening, unfolding here for all these players. The Matari overholding the pole sword, and you don't want to get hit up by, you know, a focus attack off that weapon alone. We do have some eliminations happening there for Wang Liang. Already starting off hot here against Slows. Picking elimination off the Slows. Slows is going to be forced to go back to the Soul Ultra. It's going to be a quick little reset here for AIS, but Pace and Wufong still going at it this time around.
Yeah, a lot of spams coming through here for the Blues, and now Pace is going to be dropping down. Has 95% on the rage bar. Wufong to get 1-2s into the face. The 1-2-3 does not get a release to kill confirmation. Pace investing a full sword to try to close gap the distance against Wufong, who does find an armor swap now to chase into the Missy 4s. You can see the Frostfist is going to be the first one in here. Remember, he's got the V1 Hottie, but he's going to be looking to try to not invest anything of that nature. And Pace still has his ultimate active here, making sure he can try to lock down this position, looking for the RB. Don't hit that snow cone. He's going to be a chance to just try to look for Wufong here, and this is going to be the tower. This is going to be a really tough position for the Kite, as long as it comes down towards Matari, who may or may not have ultimate in just a couple of seconds.
Wow. Now Wufong still trying to stay up. AIS is going to be investing this Hottie ultimate here, trying to see if he can snag out this elimination onto Wufong, and the burn damage there might be enough. I believe so, and it is, and there it is. Wufong there is going to be eliminated there from AIS, and AIS once again starting off hot here for his day, already with one on the board, as well as a crazy amount of eliminations for his first game. But Frostivus and Pace are going to go ahead and start backing on up from the situation. We've seen how hard it is to try to get some kills from full health players around the Ballista Tower. We still have some aggression here at Puzzle. Fong always landing at Puzzle. I was a little confused where he was, but he definitely rotated on in, clipping there a player in the back end there off to the Ballista. XY still trying to scatter on out. We do have Fong still applying the pressure, and it looks like it's gold rarity. Not sure what he has in his inventory that is making that scale up, but XY now is going to get parried. That's going to be elimination there for Chuzong, and XY is going to have to go ahead and resurrect somewhere else, but Fong now sees the elimination and is trying to get active against Chuzong here.
Yeah, Purple Pistol looking for some poke damage here and there, and Tushon's going to be spacing out towards the Aquila's gate. Towards the Falcon's perch, though, we see Arano pinning his position up against what seems to be Spider with common armor. And over towards the Serpent's Pass, we're going to see a swap coming here successfully for Pace, extending out here for the grapple lump into the LMB with a swap with a spear. Frostus is going to be getting caught. To activate his ultimate was a wild Haymaker move that needed to be done. He's got V1, remember that. He's going to have the chance to just looking for a reset here for one heal or maybe two. Spacing away, sets a teleporter, lever texts it out. He's going to have to really kite around here as long as possible for him to get another reset. Otherwise, he's going to have to create the distance. There's going to be going ahead though, and Pace is going to be looking to try to lock this down, as AS is not going to have any ears around. He's just like, he cupped his ears over like la 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 la. Not going to hear that teleporter, and this is going to be a Frostbust, maybe a potential full reset, but Pace is not going to let this one down here. There's going to be LB, there's the F1 investment. No range shots, not going to see it, because Pace is going to be looking to try to keep this into close quarters combat.
Oh, since the 1.0, Frostivus, no damage though. Frostivus still up. Is going to eat up the damage off the 1-2-3 into the LB focus as well off the fist plays. Now the Liam ultimate is going to be invested as well in the back end. And Frostivus in a very hard task here to try to stay up. The Tatars roll out, but Pace with the elimination there onto Frostivus. That was a little weird to see there. I saw no damage there off of the parry, but now Pace against AIS. Back-to-back R&B focuses. T225 is out there with the back-to-back blues. Does manage to get it since the third one. Now the parry there for AIS. He's going to use the F there to get the second one on in, and just applying the pressure. Back-to-back focuses for the second time around into the grapple. LMB just stays there with the melee aim assist, taking out AIS here. AIS still inside his game, but Pace now with 2 on the board.
Man's demon, man. Man's demon taking that. And it's funny too, because he tried to attempt for an R&B release against Frostbus after the parry, but the terrain is what griefed him. Could have get the vertical, yeah. So that was going to be the case. XY puts himself to, yo, this man's weave. LFB comes out here. Wufong gets caught by Scare Rush. Yes, the stacker's confirmed. Wow. 1-2s, no combo, no F to be used as a soft. There it is, and he's going to time out here as XY is wanting to keep the chase on. He's still got his combo breaker, so if anything, Wufong doesn't have an ultimate. He knows that. Maybe perhaps he was a reason that ultimate had been expended, and now you're going to see Verse towards, in terms of this Realm Yang portal, might see this engagement. He's going to take any opportunity to get a quick elimination.
Oh my
and
God.
Scarerush comes out here, and it's going to be Verse going for the V1 heal. That's going to be the damage. One pistol shot from XY confirms a kill. He backs away. He doesn't want to fight at Justina, especially with ultimate active. He doesn't know it's V1 or V2, so it's going to be up to Verse having to just look back and saying, this is my Soul Bloom now. I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. Now, here's the thing he has to keep in mind, right? He can consume it now, takes the risk of not consuming it, but he's going to do it right regardless because his opponent is right there. He can go to Romy Yang, he gets 100% rage. That's not a problem. It's just whether or not an opponent comes out. If he can secure a kill outside Romy Yang, worst case scenario, he loses. He has that at least for 2 minutes, as long as that Romy Yang fight does not last for like the 90 seconds and it just booms in. But there's XY, he takes his entry, and that's going to be a round 2 situation from outside, now inside of the realm.
Yeah, and also the spear with the change, you're starting to see a lot more in the Pro League as well. We've seen some extension there with the Dragon Slayer. Dragon Slayer canceled to the uppercut 1.0 off of the grapple. So we've seen the potential how the spear can be played out in these games now. Just being able to have that different change. But now the scrap armor emerges here between XY and Verse. Verse, go ahead and lose a little bit of that purple armors and go ahead and top it back up. But XY looking for an opening here. Range shots pressure here for XY onto Verse. Manages to connect off the Scare Rush now. Overholding. Tries to go for the 1-2. No, the R&B focus there for XY into the Keelan ultimate. Now the F called in here for the Justina. Now he does have this ultimate pop to avoid one of the slashes, but the patience there from XY to read it there. Now needs to be careful not to get frozen off of one of these. There goes the first dash. That one does not connect there. Does manage to tap dodge the second one there from XY. Catches the freeze. So it's gonna be the mix up here. Goes for the LMB, but the F called in there for the Keelan. Now the mix up returns here for both players. The Keelan guard is procced here for XY, I believe. And top side jump LMB for the extra damage. And burst shot's very low here, and this could be bad for him.
Yeah, very dangerous game here. You're looking for the Scare Rushes, and as long as it comes through here, it's a trade-off when the dashes come back one force to another. And the Keelan's dashes are no longer in play, but it's all up to chip damage for jump LMBs. Just looking for an R&B holds. Damn. Man sneezed in his face and he died. That's going to be coming through here. Versus going to go ahead and get eliminated. XY takes himself to get a gold weapon. Now we're seen over towards the cave. This is over towards north of the Ice Shard Lake, or south, I should say, as Arana is right there. Vermilion Burst Might and all. Sea Spider gold fist blades. And this is gold fist blades that can be taken into Arano's hands as an Akos. And for that, with the F2 setting it up, it's getting set up shop. Pace is ready on chase duty as well. All of these players are just launching this down. 2 Vermilions versus Spider right now. And Spider does not have ultimate to get an extension chase with the F2s. He's investing his F right there and there. Goes towards the Ultra Tranquility. Still kiting around here as Arano makes sure he can try to get this. At 1 elimination from his realm kill, it looks like Pace is just trying to go for number 3.
That gold, those gold fist blades, it was either Zeranos or Pace, because they are not happy about it. And we do have both of them with Vermilion's Burst Might, so you know one of them had to get parried there for that gold weapon up. Already we do have the second F invested there from Spider. The F2 called in, does not clip there onto Spider. Now the Liam ultimate is gonna be invested. Nice weave there up from Spider to avoid that killing. Oh, now the second one's gonna connect there on the backside. Spider's gonna be able to pop the no ult zone, trying to stay alive. Josh very, very low though. Sends the one there towards the Akos, overholding, still with a tons of pressure. It's gonna be eliminated from Pace, and Spider did not find a lot of success for this game alone. Is gonna end his run here with 0 kills for game number 2.
Yeah, that's 4 eliminations actually for Pace. He's going for the R&B, no meter dump. Yeah, he's had no horizontal block meter to be set up, but he finds that pulse toward R&B after that scare. Oh my god! He's making a lot of damage. A horizontal blue focus comes out here. The double tap dodge is coming from the shadow steps as both opponents are going to be clink off between Fong and Arano. The kill confirmation is going to be met. That's going to be Fong's kill elimination. He finds a parry. He gets a hit. It's going to be a sap jade. He gets a full health reset, and Pace still has that Vermilions, but guess what? Wang Liang comes in, sneaky deaky with the R&Bs, and that's going to be the public thrust to come out here from Wang Liang. It's going to be up to these guys because whether or not the ultimate's going to be coming into consumption outside of this Forbidden Seal zone, it's only up to a 1 ban. With that going to be the case, there's the combo breaker as Wang Liang has to face out against Fong, who does have F1, as we remember, in the choice pick pool.
Man, and Fong is just always there, man, at the perfect timing there for those third-party snags up already 2 for this game alone. Running the F1 now. Regressing Wang Liang here. Fist blades out for both players. Both of them with purple rarity on the fist blades. Trying to kite this out. We do have Phantom Step for Fong, I believe, in the backside. Now, massive parry for Fong. That's going to be a lot of damage out to Wang Liang. Cannon shots flying on in from downtown from AIS as well. Justina ultimate invested there for Fong, and I believe he's on V2. It's a pistol shot there for Fong, and he snags up the elimination now, trying to kite out of the situation. AIS might full invest. We do have Arana now showing back up, but Fong cancels the ult, saves 32%, try to post up for the other Roman Yang right now. But what a showcasing here for Fong, snagging up his 3rd elimination for game number 2.
Yeah, he got 32k gold, having shop right next to him at the Falcon's Perch. And the other side of the Plume Castle, XY takes his gold post. So we're going to get a replay coming through here from the first Romy Yang as Wang Liang was able to fight out between him and Pace. He took victory off of this. Nice parry coming out here. Double blue focus release. Every single one of those blues. And he goes ahead, invests the F1 to go on the aggression. There's going to be the Wang Liang ultimate for the Keelan. And now it's going to be the whole entirety of this Liam ult to be invested to try to lock him down. And there it is. That's the kill confirmation through the F1. And that's going to be something that maybe gives Wang Liang a slam death moment. And that's going to be be the case. I figured it. I sensed it, and I knew it was going to happen. And that's going to be Wang Liang. The reason for that is because he was looking to try to go for the F1 now. Keelan got that, Liam, I should say, had that change of where he throws out the Auric Sword. If someone uses an ability within it, or rather during it, like he can not, like they don't get any affected. Like Shayo left 2, for instances, and that's going to be something that he was kind of looking towards, and it did not occur. So that's going to be an upsetty spaghetti moment. But we're switching on over here. Frost was taking fights against what seems to be Verse, and Verse looking to catch LMBs to the R&Bs, 1-2s, no 3, and Frostbus, he's looking to try to get this Romy Yang portal set up. He's got V1. He finds a parry against Verse. That's going to be an FC from the Justina before the scrap off starts to begin.
Into the slap there for the extra damage. Swaps back on over to the fan. Verse loses all that armor. Quick little reset here for Verse. No, baits it out to the swap there from the Hong Sword. Dual Blaze there for Verse. Still applying the pressure onto Frostoviz. Not sure what's the timer looking like on the pass right now. Does manage to pop one powder in. Sends out the R&B focus. Nearly clips him off of this, but Frostoviz trying to tap dodge away. Trying to go inside the Roma Yang, I believe. Might be up pretty soon. He's going to go ahead and invest his Haughty ultimate. Verse can double dash on up here. Is on the V1. No counter grapple though. Now manages to get the distance here. The first one is going to be weaved there from Frostoviz. Now, what's going to be the mix-up here for Frostoviz? Manages to get some damage onto Verse there on the backside. He's going to go ahead inside the Roma Yang. We are going to have Frostoviz against Pace for this second Roma Yang of game number 2.
Yeah, that's going to be a close quarters position there. I mean, we're going to look towards in terms of this Vajra script, though. Purple Fan is up against a purple armor with Paste having that Liam choice. And this is going to be where the lockdown begins for this fight. Now, Paste has his Scare Rush Pulse Sword action on duty. He looks for the hold check, does not get attributed parry timing. So that's going to be with Paste having to invest his F1. This is huge for Frostbus, at least in a couple of seconds that it's still available. Up whether or not we're going to be seeing a combo breaker or a soft combo use for the ultimate to be cast a knockback. We're going to see Clinks for number 2 as Pace keeps the kite alive. Looks for the stanchion. Looks for the R&Bs. Gets caught by a Clink for the blue focus. This is going to be a difficult chance for here. He's going to go for another stanchion. He's looking for the Sky Pillar move. There's going to be the Vajra skip as mentioned. There's a Pulse Sword swap. And that's just a lot of damage that Frostbus eats out.
Oh my god, just one hit off that Polar Sword, even out the health there. Now the F caught in there for Frostoviz. Pace now trying to fish for the Scare Rush. Clink comes in off the first one. The second one, Clink there. No Stormform release there for Pace. Now the 1-2 there for Frostoviz to the F. Doesn't manage to catch the jump LMB. Overhold. The Liam ultimate now is going to be invested. Frostoviz is going to go ahead and invest the Haughty ultimate as well. Drops very low. Can throw down, but no. The Liam F Blade is going to be avoided there from Frostoviz. I believe he still hasn't thrown down the cube, so he might be taking flight now to try to position it. But now there goes the second blade there from the Liam. He's going to use it to create some distance off of this Haughty ult alone. There goes the cube there for Frostoviz this time around. He's going to go ahead and run out of that ultimate. Sky Pillar not connecting this time around once again. Both players parry. No problems yet. The second parry there for Pace this time around. Big parry there for Pace. Triple parries for Pace. That is a crazy mix up there for Pace. Since the LB follow up there for Frostoviz, takes the cube, and now it's a neutral gate for both players once again.
Yeah, Crutch only coming out here. The F1 still available for Pace. Looking for the parry. He finds it. That's going to be the Purple Fan. The F2 is going to be invested, and he loses that, but no, he's looking to try to make his way kiting towards it. The blue focus is coming out for the fist blades. F1 investment from Pace. There's going to be a fan R&B, maybe Wild Haymaker. Blue focus be coming out here. No, 1, 2, 3. That's his elimination. That's the first one. You see, Frostbus is going to get his elimination in this game. That's good. That's going to be purple armor. That's actually, no, that's not purple. That's gold fist blades per gold armor. What am I saying? And he's going to be picking up himself a nice slew of a secondary fist blades on standby if he wants to have that. I'm just going to say this right now. That's going to be his best play, just to have these weapons of fist blades, man. Even if they got nerfed out to a certain extent, you know, catching somebody off is going to be one thing. They got new Jades in this patch as well, Sky Punch as well as the Tempest Kick. Now, Tempest Kick a little bit more of the, you hold the ground, you get caught by a blue focus, you need to get parry. But Sky Punch, potential for setup. You know, you can catch a, you know, uppercut to extensions, or even look for 1-2s, and it's going to be something where you remove the animation from its previous predecessing, you know, from the vertical. But it's a potential for him to just go ahead, just chunk out a lot of damage with blue focuses or 1.0 verticals.
Yeah, the fist blades. I mean, man, thinking about how the fist blades were below, that it was literally a mini pole sword, like a fast pole sword with just how hard it hit. Especially having that crazy one hit off the R&B focuses for the parries. We do see all these players pretty much canceling the parry follow up and just offing for that confirmed damage, especially on pole swords, fist blades, and even right R&B spears. But XY parry stuff for both players. A little bit of respect here for both players. Since the R&B focus, their pace putting up a lot of damage onto XY, losing up all that HP. He's gonna be able to swap on over to the common armor swap. The follow-up connects there for Pace to the LB extension. Now goes for the R&B, doesn't catch the crouch LMB, and XY losing a lot of HP right now, trying to overhaul, has the Keelan online, pops it very, very late. The Keelan F is gonna be invested off the ultimate, now staying up. The second one is gonna connect, gets some type, and it has the F to proc off the F. Another player showing up, AIS, and XY now is in a very hard predicament right here with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to try to cleanse out this Yang depletion timer.
Yeah, each target that he hits is going to be HP comes back towards him. But XY is now at a point where he's going to have to really depend on this armor swap. But the thing is, AIS is on that V2, and he catches one burn the tick. That's going to be the same case scenario where we saw at the tower over by Feather Lake, and that's going to be the burn. That's going to be the kill. That's going to be the White Tiger's prowess. AIS picks up his fourth elimination, finds a solo and pickup. Now it's going to be Pace looking to try to go for the blue focus parry. That's him. He's going to be going ahead and getting that parry. Losing on the pole sword is not what AIS would look for, because now it's going to be up to him to use his full using the fist blades. But he's got 45k gold. If he wants to go ahead to a shop, he can just go ahead and purchase something out. Pace, on the other hand, finds himself the spike. He's got 3 minutes on the clock. As you can see, towards the tower north of the quarry, it's going to be a way off for Chase, but Frostbus in the background there, looking to try to kite around and seeing what the potential is to try to snag out an elimination or snag out just quick damage to be chipped out here to force others to take fights on their own.
Yeah, and Pace is going to have to try to get active pretty soon. He does have a bounty onto Fong, I believe, or either Fong reverse, as we see them starting to move on in. Yeah, I think it's Fong. We do have him. Oh, no, he's going to go ahead and snag one up. Fong already has a bounty onto him from another player, and I believe it's Verse full chasing him down in the backside. But Pace, though, he's going to have to try to go back in pretty soon. I believe Ronald drops very low here. The Aquas for this game. Frostive is in the mix, as well as Fong. Now, nice scare rush there from Frostive. As F1 called in there for Fong in the back end now. Lots of damage going towards Ronald's way. Pistol shots flying in there from AIS. Frostive is the first one on the scene. Aqua's ultimate investor here for Ronald, trying to kite out as best that he can, but everybody applying the pressure. Oh my god, a purple armor swap. It was Christmas early there for Arano. Does manage to stay alive. We have a player in the ballista as well. And now, how is Arano gonna be able to respond off of this pressure right now?
Man's about to be like a deer Eminem, you know, like he can stand, and everything comes out, and he got what he wanted, and that's going to be a case for Arana to survive just a couple of seconds longer into this match. Now, Pace takes himself to the sidelines, right? RM being around here as he's mid-airing, dashing, keeping himself aloof. Arana catching at least one healing berry, heal off, and now it's going to be Pace at 50% rage. He's got a minute and 40 seconds left on the clock for him to try to look towards and finding an elimination for the solo. It's going to be time on his own stead. He hears the F2 roar, Moonbane into the southwest corner. This is going to be where AIS is going to be approaching towards his area. Now Arana 1 HP in the dream, looking for the kill, looking for, not even for the kill, looking for the solo more so, and then looking to try to get himself into the game. Arana doing a double dodge roll. That's going to be the pistol shot from Fong. It's going to be elimination. Pace can't pick up that solo. He's going to be kiting around here. He saw the elimination. This is a frame one pickup from any of his other opponents here, and now it's going to be the chance for Pace to look for a stanchion. He's been trying to spam this out as often. He's been using it as a great zoning tool.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And everything comes out from when he's actually catching the stanchion hit. It confirms all the remaining hits, and he looks to extend that with a grapple bump. We saw that. But now when all these players are in the mix, he can't have a solidified 1v1.
Looks like AIS now is going to get a lot of pressure thrown his way. We do have the Mystic Might Spirit Well starting to form on up currently right now as well. But Pace still needs to cleanse here with 55 seconds, trying to stay up here in the situation as well. As the Justina there, Burst in the back end, applying some pressure there towards AIS, trying to knock out these hotties out of this game. But Pace does not have a target to choose. He needs to go for whoever, and Frostive is going to eat up a little bit of that damage there. But Pace now getting aggressed down here for Fong, catches the power now into the poster, so there's going to be a lot of damage. He's going to go ahead and just dodge away to avoid the damage there from Verse in the backside, but Fong's gonna be able to get some of that the armor back off of the F alone, catches the power for the second time around, the push swap in the back end, big damage in the backside. Now the Liam F is gonna be invested there from the ultimate. That's gonna be a lot of damage onto Fong, but Pace losing a lot of HP as well. And Frostive with the bow shot does not connect for the second, but Verse with the elimination there, and Fong's manages to stay alive. And oh my god, this man is always being able to stay up somehow.
Dude, when he activated the F1, I'm like, there's nothing Pace can do here. All right, he just waited it out. That's the same coming back. But Pace was getting focused in the back. You saw it twice fold where he got caught by the R&Bs. More to the Defiance, martial art will form hook coming out here, though, as AIS has the insurance policy of a lifetime, as well as his armor to be on standby for him for the next 5 minutes. He also finds a Thunderstorm. He doesn't have any katanas to be held out here. He's looking to wield these fist plates for as long as he can, though. And you can see Frost was actually getting the chase on here. Phantom's not going to be available coming through here for Fong, as he's able to kind of dodge back and forth, having having gold pulse sword on standby too, making sure he has his sap jade as well. We saw that coming through where he's able to catch a parry. That's a full sustain route. F1 though, this man is gonna live out this lobby before he knows it, but he's got to get caught out by between two targets. That's going to be the main position. He's got to be careful about the blues, and that's what he's known for. He look at him kiting around, skywalking with the pistol, having the chance of just looking to see if anyone gets caught in some one animation, just being locked in one spot. He finds an R&B, and the AIS takes that full blunt force trauma straight to the dome.
Yeah, he's gonna have to just take off to try to pop up a powder there to retop off that gold armor. Now Frostov is still here at the Ballista Tower trying to get active, and I was just thinking about the tendencies from a lot of these players. You start seeing who plays F1. They definitely know that's Fong. Who has a fan in hand and is playing F1 Justina? I mean, you can pretty much pinpoint who is that right now, and these players definitely know that's Fong here with the movement game, playing up strong. And that's another weapon that Fong has been starting to use a lot for the past months now. It's the pulse sword, starting picking that up. He's seen the potential of it, especially with the scare rushes, being able to get that big chunky damage. And currently here with a gold pulse sword, he is going to be able to get that damage outburst there in the backside. We do have some pressure there from a player onto Fong, and Fong's going to lose 2 blocks of that gold armor, I believe. Still trying to kite it out. Verse losing 2 of the purple armor. AIS full focusing Verse right now. Do have the 2 Justinas against the 2 hotties in this top 4 here for game number 2. Do have gold displays in hand for Verse. Frostov is still with the purple fan that he had earlier in this game. We do have Fong with that gold pulse sword. We got Verse. He needed the damage. Oh my god, but Frost is there with the elimination. And that was a Moonbane hit there. Now Frostov is going to get clipped off the Moonbane here. We do have one Justina off, and now it's going to be the hotties up against Fong here in this corner.
Yo, big corners off of this end. This is Moonbane City right now, and Frostov is in a taxi, stuck in traffic. If anything comes out for AS right now, that Mystic Might, it's going to be the mitigation to keep himself alive, but Frostov takes the loot into his own hands. AS is going to be taking the fights out here if he can. 3 players still left alive. Gold dagger for AIS, and there's a hard stopper on that body as well as that stanchion, so it's going to be whether or not the players want to take off that from Versus hands. For Fong though, having to really work through, it's going to keep kiting out here. Phantom Step is working majestically here. He doesn't get caught by grapple auto aim, so he's not going to be able to get caught by midair grapple stagger into a bow shot or 2, and that's going to be something that helps him out because he's been using fan. And that's the thing, right? Pulse sword as well is I think the reason he's taking more in terms of the pulse sword, right, is taking the opportunity of how dagger and fan, they go for the clink and you force yourself into clinking back. You might go for a wind blast for fan, you might go for a soul break for the dagger, you might be just looking ahead and just clinking out. With the pulse sword, you get stone form, you can just bait out, right? You can just mind game somebody. And the mind game is what Fong plays out because he mind games you with the dagger fan where he can then disengage and then he can re-enact himself back in, or he disengages and then pistol shots can go, he just keeps going. And the pulse sword is really, really, really strong when it comes down towards scare rushes. That's why we saw that one patch many moons ago about having the chance of seeing it get nerfed for his scare rushes. Only difference is when you're upside down. I think that's the only exception, but taking the pulse sword's moment of taking stone form as its one crucial aspect, that's just something Fong has.
Oh my god, it goes to Sap there as well there for Fong. Quick parry there onto Frostov. Now Frostov is trying to kite on out. We do have AIS still in the mix, so they got to be real careful. We got 4 on the board here for AIS. Frostov is with 2 currently here. There's going to be a lot of pressure there for Frostov, and that's all it takes is one parry there with a gold rarity weapon to ice off a lot of that pressure that is being thrown off your way. We do have Frostov being able to top off that gold armor once again. AIS is still in the mix with the gold fan, or the gold dagger, sorry. Fong now swap on over to the purple dagger in hand. We got AIS with a little bit of troll here, dropping out the money. Who's trying to pick it up? I'm the bank right now. You see him just throwing out all his coins right now with no buy. Doesn't matter if you have these coins in your inventory right now. So AIS is chilling, vibing right now. But a little bit of a happy moment here for AIS, waiting out for the next zone to start closing up. Zone 6 already closing, and Frostov is now joining the party as well. He said, "Money, here comes the money."
Yeah, I know Frostov is an XDD. He's like, "This is SG, and I'm for it." I think one thing is it just comes down to how. All right, Fong. He's like, you know what? I'm enjoying this party. Sure. Listen, that's a lot of money on the ground. There's no shop nearby. Why are we doing that? But this is going to be a tough position. How much money you got in the bank? Robbing the bank. My name, first name Robin, last name the bank. This is going to be a bloodbath though in a couple of minutes because considering positions right now, 2 hotties in the play field, 1v2, 1v1, and a Justina with the V2. Fong taking that chance of using his F1 preemptive though to get sustained back or just mitigating damage. That's just going to fit you the position we're at. We got a lot of gold jaces in rotation here to kind of work out. We're going to have a hard stopper kick, but no spear. I don't think there's a spear in the play. play. But we do have a stanchion. That's a field of our area of effect that we can look towards. Fan, a dagger, everything coming out here. It's going to be a lot of blue focuses being spammed out, especially from the fist blades. Sap Jade can cause a little bit of insurance policy of forcing out aggression in your face where you take a blue focus. And then that's going to be where Fong has that. And look, F1 invested. There's a sustain. There's time burn. He's going to go ahead and back off here and making sure they can see what the potential is to poke out damage. AIS burns his F2, gets caught for the hold check, and that's going to be Fong looking to try to go ahead and spacing away because he's the one that's lowest health between all three of them. Then now AS, he's taking the pressure from Frosty, and this is going to be an R&B blue focus potential 1.0 wild haymaker position between everybody.
Wow, and this is bad right here, and the three-way scrap off right here. There's no buddy system here with a character picks. If you drop low in his last and final moments, you are going to be getting all the pressure as we see here for AIS. Eating up the damage off the LMB focus. Now the Hardy ultimate is going to be invested there for AIS on the top side, running the B2 once again. It's Frostivus on the B1, so go ahead and try to kite this out. Does manage to pop a powder in, trying to look in here for the B2 burn. Doesn't connect out the first slash there. Now the top side, the ult with 22% still up. We still have the pressure going towards his way. Does manage to avoid that R&B focus. You see the ultimate invested there. The V2, but it's going to be Frostivus. No. Oh my god, he had the Mortar of Defiance. I forgot all about it. He is going to be able to stay up. Now the Hardy ultimate invested here for Frostivus. AIS still in the mix right now. The overholds here from Frostivus is going to be able to catch up the elimination there onto AIS. The Bloom's going to go towards Fong's way though. The second freeze does not connect there for Fong. And now with no ult online anymore here for Fong, he's trying to cut it out. But a massive barrier there for Frostivus. And the elimination comes into play for Frostivus. And that's 4 on the board here for Frostivus. And he is going to be able to pick up the MVP here for game number 2 as well.
I'm in Gangsta's Paradise right now. I'm making that vocal track in my head right now because Frostivus caught his first MVP, if I'm not mistaken. This is that. I remember in the interview he had in the day 3, week 3, he was talking about, I don't want to focus on LCQs because week 4 is just week 4 for me to test things out. I love seeing the parries in Hottie Ultimate. I think it's one of the most underutilized things to come through. Same thing with Keelan, right?
Like, expect the V3 as well on the Viper, but he's offing for that stun time off the V1 and not being able to move. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how this Viper does for these games. He's probably, hoping for a very stacked end game, but in the back end, we do have AIS eating up a lot of damage there from Pace on the backside. Fong now joining up the party. Scare Rush connects there for Pace onto AIS. The first one on the scene is gonna be Pace, but Fong still applying the pressure there onto Pace. Both players parry there, hoping they don't get hit off that release, but AIS not getting clipped up in the back end. Now the Batari hold there is not enough there, and Fong is going to snag up the first elimination here for game number 3.
That was a beautiful play from Fong, taking elimination, using F1 preemptive to avoid the F2 coming in for Pace. So Pace finds a terrain advantage here. This is going to be the extension here for the R&B. No, it looks like it's going to be blowing the boot. He gets another one. 1-2 jump LMB to the R&B, and that's elimination. Pace gets his return. That's going to be the case. Pace is set up on the C like, yeah, boy. Now, this is where things get interesting. Spider with Valda versus... This is actually worst case scenario, I think, in the terms of Viper, but XY, F1 from the Valda here from Spider, and he's working that F3. There it is. Horizontal release. Spider is like changing a lot of damage, but this is going to be it, right? Jump element to the R&B, that avoids it, and he finds an R&B. That's XY's elimination. Spider, okay, so listen there, right? The shotgun blast happened there. That was a lot of damage. That chonked. But Spider just stuck on his back on the ground for a couple of seconds. So he just set himself there, and that setup for XY to get the R&B was just all he needed to get that elimination.
Oh my god, the Naraka gods were in XY's favor right there on that terrain, not gonna lie, because that was elimination there for Spider, but still, nice elimination there for XY. Now he's gonna be able to scale off the Viper, Wang Liang and Wu Fong, and as well as BBE Slows in the mix right now. And Slows has been a player that Seb really talks about a lot because he's not a fan of his play style. For me, Slows, I'm just hoping to see probably a change of how he goes up after, it's okay to die off drop, especially having a second life, but he runs it back so many times and doesn't find the value over and over. He did make it to the end game for his first day BIWEEK4, so I'm hoping to see a little bit of change here for BBE Slows. And right now against Wang Liang, we do have the other players showing up, the Liam, Wu Fong. So go ahead and change on his tension onto Slows once again, because Slows is very weak. He sends it and gets parried for it, and that's enough damage there off the purple fist blades. Now we got Wang Liang against Wu Fong going at it.
F2 invested here for Wang Liang is not a good sight here. Remember, he has V1 though, so he has a combo breaker for setting up the teleporter. Now Wang Liang, no armor, loses at least all the HP Jade HP increase. Now he's forced to use ult. Teleporter in play here, putting it into a heal. potentially. As Wang Liang gets himself enough space, sets a teleporter, disengages also, he doesn't lose as much rage coming through here, and he sets himself out. And I see the elimination threat coming in here. Pace, I think, just got dumped. No, he's his first elimination. He has 2 eliminations, but he got caught out here from Chishang and Wufang. Still taking fights over here by the Islet Crater, and Wang Liang is still kiting around here in the tree line, still have not enough time, but not enough resources as his armor is at his deficit. And Frostus over by Double Cave up against Rana.
Oh, that was a nice damage there. Oh, that was nice damage there from Frostivus. Trying to even out the health right now. Not the health advantage. Arano's still trying to get active. Frostivus with Common Fist Blades in hand. Arano with Blue Fan. And I believe with just one R&B focus off that fan, can pick up the elimination down to Frostivus. Frostivus hoping for a common armor swap in one of these buildings. Does not manage to find any right now. Now the overhold comes in for both players off the Blues. Does manage to find a common armor swap. Now Arano now might be in big trouble here in this situation. Let's put a jump on the Frostivus is going to eat up all the damage. Now doesn't catch the power off the tap dogs. Now the bow shot does not connect for Frostivus as well. Rano still with a health advantage is going to go ahead and go right back in against Frostivus.
Yeah, fist play parry right there. I recognize it. The moment I saw that blue focus be thrown, I was like, it's done. Rana finds elimination, 1 elimination on the board. Frostivus loses his first life, so he still has time to make sure things are to be amended for gear and resources. Now for the leaderboard right now, 2 eliminations so far for Pace, still being the kill leader, at least what we can see between the top 16. Wufang, Victim's Haven, as Slows is also making his way. He's got purple halberds, blue armor. This is huge for Keelan to make it into Romy Yang, especially coming out from that from losing against Wang Liang. Now taking into XY, right? Let me tell you something. Like, the thing is that the V1 can be avoided, right? It has a lot of mitigation to work through. The thing is that you're stuck like a turtle. You're a turtle in place. Frost is actually spotting though outside towards the Sunwing's rest, and XY is going to take the engagement. Listen, I want Frostus to succeed. I want to see a Viper work out, and this is gonna be a tough alpha where I'm at. Longsword is also something that makes Viper a menace, but that's usually with the F2 with the stagger. The F3, like I said, the shut back. You get knocked back going through here. You know, in my mind, I'm hearing all these sounds, and I see XY. He's like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna parry there. I'm gonna release onto the jump LMB, and that's what I'm gonna do. But the thing that happens next is that what we're gonna be seeing between AS inside of Celestia is a whole chase down, because it's up against him and Fong and Chishang.
Yeah, 3 players here in Celestia. Lots of pressure going towards Fong's way. I believe Chuzong was the super weak one. Sorry, Chuzong. That's why just pop 1 powder in. Now the kite game here for Chuzong, trying to stay alive. They're all waiting for that Roma Yang to start forming on up as well, but AIS does see Chuzong very, very low. The fellow Matari here for this game as well. Looks like he's going to go ahead and just back on up. Going to go ahead and post up for the Roma Yang. And XY, once again, on the Viper. I mean, it's hard because, right, in Roma Yang, it's a lot of pillars to avoid the V1. And trying to make it to the end game, if you're a lone Viper, it's going to be very, very rough. None of these players want to let this Viper live in the last final moments of the game, especially if they see her being alone.
Exactly, because the thing is that you can get lobbied out even a lot easier against people. You have no disengagement. You don't have hyperactive ultimate that makes you move faster, makes you have enhanced scare rushes, makes you, essentially invulnerable to that pressure. Limitations of that. Fong finds elimination against AIS. I think that's going to be AIS's first life, potentially. We'll have to see whether or not. XY, though, still hovering over in terms of the Noble Cave. Spider, though, just keeps refuge in this spot. Does it have anything specialty Jade-wise? Supplies are looking pristine right now. Having fist plates on standby and using pulsar cannon here for those pillar shots, and that's going to be exactly what Valda is going to be made up for in XY. Is going to skywalk. Don't you dare do it.
AC 130.
Don't you dare. Oh my god.
Oh, he's doing it.
He's actually, no, he's forcing him out of the circle. This is a zone 2. If he gets a stun, that would have been one thing. But look, he doesn't cause anything to happen here. Now there's going to be where Spider has to think, how's it going? I'll see you in there. And it turns out it's not going to be him. It's going to be a slows fight. Oh, man, it's going to be interesting. This is Valda versus, in terms of blue armor. Who we seeing for XY? Because I'm curious about seeing about that one.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see. But Spider, we saw the success Wang Liang had on the Roma Yang against Aquila. Now Spider this time around against BBE Slows. BBE Slows now. So go ahead and try to find some sorts of opening there with the Scarabs. Doesn't manage to find one yet. Now the overhold there from Spider. The F invested very early there for the killing. The F1 call then does not connect off the bubble. Now the Scarabs connects there for Slow. The Valda ultimate is going to be invested here for Spider. Now a massive ship parry as well. Is going to snag out the purple halberds as well. Goes to the raw uppercut, into the slash, or into the spear. Now the reset off it is. Into the 1-up for the halberd. Big damage and elimination there for Spider. Is nice textbook Valda play there for Spider.
Yeah, using all the CC controls and resetting off of that. I thought he was going to use his F1 for zoning tool and with a pillar to force him into that corner and thinking it was down, but it wouldn't be. But same thing came out here for the V2. Now it's going to be a Hottie versus Hottie fight. It's going to be V1 versus V2. And now Wang Liang couldn't even get a teleporter out. That's unfortunate. He takes himself to flight form. He still has time to look to try to set up one heal, and he still might have chances to set up the teleporter, and that's going to be the case. 20-second combo break for him to have. And now it's going to be a case for Wang Liang to just be careful with his blue focus. He avoids that bow shot by kicking it right into the arrowhead. And now finds F2 investment coming out from Arano. Blue focuses to become out here as Arano's going to charge up RMBs. Wang Liang spams out a horizontal, takes the teleporter cube, make sure he can look to try to look for the RMBs. Pelicans almost came out there. He's going to be looking for it again. He confirms it. There's going to be 1 point on release. It's going to be a 1 LMB uppercut, 1-2 jump LMB. Elimination coming in for Wang Liang. He takes a Roma Yang victory for round 1.
Yeah, now Spider outside the Roma Yang. Gold Pulsar this time around against Burst. Burst though, gonna be able to read a F1. On the backside, another player showing up. We got another Liam, I believe, no, Slow showing up to the party. Has that Yang depletion timer. Gonna go ahead and get active against Spider once again. The Spirit does not connect this time around for Spider, but if he's able to catch any sorts of prio, can extend off of it. Now, the R&B does connect there for Spider. F caught in there for Slows in the back end. He isn't able to ice off the pressure there from Spider. We do have Burst, Chuzong, and Slows in the backside. The Fall the Wave connects onto 2 players there. We do see them both twirling in circles there. Now Slows with a Keelan ultimate, trying to see if he can pick up the elimination onto Spider. Spider's going to go ahead and use the F1 and get some of the elimination onto Slows as well. We do have the Rainbow coming out there for the Valda, and now the damage is going to go towards Spider's way. Chuzong snags out the elimination. Now we have Chuzong gets Verse going at it once again.
Read a book and take a look at reading Rainbow. You know, listen, Spider gets caught to the Vermilion Birds. My Chishang now has advantage of 3 eliminations in his lobby. This is putting him at kill leader position, at least for what we can see. And now for Chishang, Gold Nunchucks for Matara is actually, it's scary. It's a scary time.
Yeah, it is.
If you especially get caught into the full extension. But Arano has Nunchucks as well. You know, but Purple Rarity, having the Hottie ultimate still be on standby here with the F2 and for the V2 as well for the ultimate. Spider is spawning into the Artisan's Grove. Now, this is going to be where everyone's going to be colluding themselves at for the rotation. This is going to be the edge of the circle as well for the circle once it starts to close in, and that bubble coming in from the Forbidden Seal is the reason enough. It's going to be a whole notification at the top of the phone ding, and you see everyone making their way towards this. Now Fong takes himself a little bit more close to comfort of losing out a lot of his armor. Now it's going to be him. He has no Vermilion Bird's Might. The only people who do is Wang Liang and JDG. Now this is Arano looking for bow shots as the Liam ultimate is invested here from Fong. The chase is on between every single one of these players so long as they can try to get the last hit confirmation, because Arano, he's on that store with the Roma Yang depletion.
Yeah, he has about 2.5 minutes. Needs to find Bloom to stay up in this game. Wang Liang as well, trying to ice off some, or trying to put some pressure onto one of these players. Chuzong manages to stay up. Second Roma Yang starting to form on in as well. Do have Arano, might be picking one of his fellow hotties here now, but Chuzong gets caught up in the back end of Matari with no online, around 40% of that ultimate there. He's going to go ahead and apply a lot of pressure onto Wang Liang. Catches the prior on the backside, tries to go for the 2-1-1. Doesn't manage to connect. Chuzong now eating up the damage off the R&B focus there from Arano. We do have the hottie ultimate invested there from Chuzong. Trying to see if he can pick up the elimination here onto this Matari. Chuzong not being able to move, play the video game now. The second hottie ultimate invested as well. And this is not what you want to be in this situation right here. 2 hotties just flying around you, overholding, waiting for the perfect opportunity to try to get some damage onto you. Chuzong, though, doing a really good job getting away from the situation. Gets clip off of that slash there in the backside. Arano is going to snag out the elimination, plus the Bloom as well. Now has the advantage against Wang Liang, and Wang Liang is just going to count his blessings. Let Arano get the elimination there because of Vermilion's Burst Might, what's in play, and Arano snagging up 2 plus the cleanse there. Beautiful showcasing there from EWG Arano.
I love seeing the dash horizontals coming from Plume Blade and just catching as much as he could. And Arano took it. Yeah, Wang Liang wanted to burn the Vermilions because now it's up to him to try to make ways towards another Roma Yang portal. And now having, a chance of doing that right then and there and giving the elimination value. Now for XY, he got a second elimination. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a replay because I know everyone's kind of losing their mind about a Viper, especially in solos. But he's taking priority listing. I can see the value coming in from V1. Now, what he didn't have advantage of was the fact that there were trees around when he came down towards where Spider was, so he could just hide out that V1. Now, if it was an open field Roma Yang, it's a different story, where they have to exit the Roma Yang portal. If they don't, they're getting caught by a stun. If they're not be able to have an Mortal Defiance or an ultimate that saves them, like Zip 1 passively to save them, there might be not enough time depending on the rarity of his weapon. But Spider has Gold Pole Sword and is playing out his Kelly game, putting out in terms of the F1 too. So this is where things come through, where the meta comes into shifts.
Look at him, look at him. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at XY.
Oh my god, wait, he caught Wang Liang. Wait,
Wang Liang.
no shot. He's got F3 kill confirmed. Nah, he's not gonna be able to do it. But it's gonna be F2 investment. And Wang Liang's gonna be a distance and stuff. See, I hype you guys out. I'm trying to make sure you guys are paying attention. You guys awake now? All right, listen. XY puts himself in the spot here where he can confirm this Romy Yang portal and puts himself right here for the vision of making sure this is gonna be the build. Of course, Matari, you don't want to kind of stick around here. If he fights out Matari, it's gonna be a Jover experience. You know that Shishang would want to take that fight though if it happens.
Wow. We saw AC 130 in solos. It's crazy. Not gonna lie.
Twice.
I did not wake up this morning and think I was gonna see a Viper on the field.
I wasn't.
But Spider now, once again in Romy Yang, his second one this time around against Verse. Massive parry there onto Spider. He's going to snag up the goal post or quickly recatches the scare with Prowl. Now Verse is going to have the advantage to the TOD as well. Goes for the LB uppercut and is going to be good elimination here onto Spider. That's a beautiful showcase in there for the Liam. Burst there with a mass elimination there onto WBG Spider.
And this is the fight I want to see, but I'm hoping, I'm crossing fingers. It's going to be XY versus DRG Funk, who has a Liam play to come out here. Just the F3, no hit, the confirmation. He avoids the pistol shot, the musket shot, I should say. Charging up the blue focus, looking for a scare rush here. No kiting coming out here from left to right. Fong is looking to track this one out here, and there's going to be the beta number 2, and there's going to be beta number 3. He's going to be committed towards no XY just burning for time for the F3 to come back up. That's exactly what he's looking for. I see the vision, bro. It's going to be jump LB, going to comment the public thrust. There's going to be the confirmation for the blue, but not the purple. Now it's going to be F3, knockback, and that's going to be DRG Fong. It's like we're looking at this from the deja vu. Oh, okay, wait a second. Now the V1 comes out. But Fong gets caught by a stun. Wait a second, he didn't even preempt the ultimate. This is gonna be a horizontal spam. 1, 2, can't go for 3, but he's looking to try to force the Liam teleport to come through as the Orc Sword number 1 comes out for an investment. Fong looks for a self-placed teleport. Nicely done. F3 is still available now for XY, but he's got to be careful about the tap dodges here. F3 is gonna be consumed. He invested it within the binding zone. XY goes down as a result. That's the CC control that comes out, and that's a really strong point of where Liam stands.
It's just rough there on the Viper. I mean, I see the potential. Securing those realms, Spirit will contesting it as well. But we'll see how XY responds off of this. Spider with a nice F1 bubble there to avoid that scare rush there from Wang Liang in the backside now. We got some ravine scrap offs here happening in Celestra. Since LB focus, Arano reads it there with a back parry. Beautiful showcase in there. Now Spider getting a lot of pressure thrown his way right now. In the backside, we have another player showing up. No ult online here for Spider. Gonna eat up a lot of damage there from range shots and a pistol shot there from Burst. Once again, he's gonna snag at the elimination there onto Spider and Burst. Showcasing now how strong he can be with 2 on the board, as well as Wang Liang. XY with 2, Fong and Chuzong with 3. Pace gets eliminated with 2, and Spider out of this game with 3 as well. But now with everybody pretty much around the same amount of eliminations, we're gonna have to wait and see who's gonna be able to rise on top here with 6 players remaining for this game alone. Verse with Gold Hong Sword in hand, trying to see if he can try to pick up this elimination onto Wang Liang. Wang Liang swapping on over to the fan, using the Celestial Temple. As we've seen time and time again from these players, this is the movement ground for everybody, the playground. Gotta be able to catch somebody here. XY playing there a lot more conservative right now. Does have the Yang depletion timer, but he's looking for the perfect opportunity for potentially another AC 130. We see him posted up on the top side of the temple. Look at him. He spots Verse. And he might be doing it here, Severio.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, he's going to hear fights happening within. So whether or not he can kite around inside the building, you see in the rooftop entrance, he can make his way through there. Either that or through the window. Either which way, it's up to him to find that V1 investment here to be working out, because kiting in this tempo is going to go from X to Y to Z, and that's going to be a lot of angles to be taken. Wang Liang taking one of the signature positions here and taking the hide out of sight, but playing out of mind. XY getting I don't know. I mean, Versus like looking to try to scare rush past it, but XY still has time on his hands. 3.5 minutes. This has to be commitment when he sees people fighting on the ground that he can just commit towards a V1 stun. Matari is going to be the only thing that's going to give him a little bit of trouble, I should say, because everything comes out from the Matari, where she enters into stealth mode, but she teleports and she uses F. So up to see that nice F3 as the blue focuses ins locked animation. Fong takes the shotgun blast. He's like, listen, you throw this blue focus for me. Get caught. Guess what? LMB, uppercut, forcing F1. And now XY takes himself in for a ride, gets himself right back onto his mantle. And this is going to be a back and forth between him and Fong. Both of them being able to previously scrap off inside of Romy Yang. Who knows if XY can actually get a V1 off, but I'm hoping. I'm praying, G.
Yeah, I mean, man, the Viper, it has the potential, but it's very situational right now. Right now, XY is hoping for aggression there onto these players so he can come in and perfectly time that V1. But a lot of these players are just poking right now. I don't think we have another player with Yang depletion timer, so the pressure is not going to be happening what XY expecting of it right now. But Wang Liang overholding on top as well. And yeah, it's going to be rough with 2 minutes and 35 seconds now. It might be counter grappled by a lot of players at the backside. And Matari F invested there from one of these players. Verse now go ahead and let loose some of these focus attacks. Gonna wait this out. XY getting clipped here on the backside, and Fong not happy about a Viper in the field. He's quickly going up here against the Viper. So seeing, I mean, pretty much in the Roma Yang, he read every single F possible, creating the distance and the space that he needed every single time XY invested the F. But look at the pressure now into the Viper. Yeah, you are on a battleground right now with the strongest characters in this game, and XY, all he has is this V1, hoping for a stun onto somebody. Does clip onto Fong in the backside, but the pressure's not gonna go towards Fong's way. The pistol shots flying on in. The Liam ult called in there for Fong, and it looks like Fong isn't able to sustain that Viper ultimate, and XY's gonna fall here for game number 3.
Yeah, I figured something was going to go down, and that was the moment that Fong realized who the only Viper was and realized the player count, went ahead and hunted them down, gave lobby positioning to look towards doing that as well. Fourth thing coming through here, the economy right now leads down towards the final 9 minutes or so, under 9 minutes to say. Shang still has his gold nunnies, so it's worthwhile to his effort. 3 eliminations here and still tied now here against Fong. 4 eliminations though for Verse at his kill leader position, I should say. Now for this lobby, we got Rano here, we got Waliong here, 2 hotties still in the game. 1v1, 1v2. We've been seeing that between the rounds prior. Both players taking the V1s and V2s into position. I blame Oath though for XY's demise. I'll stop. But we have to look in terms of this Moonbane. This is going to be Moonbane into the game, not the last one. We still have one last Moonbane, and we still have chances in the circles. Now Spider replay happening here. Looking for a third elimination. I can't believe it. I am flabbergasted. I am confuddled, and that's going to be unfortunate because you see Wu Fong got caught by that black, and the Spider had full permission to then die or have him get eliminated.
Yeah, Piranha, Cavalry Bloom, off the dual blades. We've seen the potential there. The grapple bump to the Cavalry Bloom to the confirmed follow-up off of that alone. And, opting to stay with that common cannon in hand, as we see it time and time again. These players love the cannons here for the solos. Every single time, I remember back in the day, a cannon in solos was just overlooked at. Now everybody is trying to pick those up. We have another one here for Verse in the back pocket. 2 gold weapons, currently with a gold pole sword in hand. Gold Hong sword as well here for FPSEQ's Verse. Go ahead and wait out the situation. We have the White Tiger's powers up. Got 3 players already contesting. Arano, Wang Liang, Chuzong already posted up for that Spirit Well. We have, I believe, Velocity Untold here for Chuzong on the nunchucks. Gonna wait and see if he can wait this out and get some damage, potentially picking up the Spirit Well. Do have both of these players already scrapping up in the middle. At PSEQ's Verse, joining up the party. Massive F there from Chuzong. Pistol shots flying on into the opposing healer. Liam, Fong in the backside, 3 charging on in, and now all these players, massive pair there from Arano. He is going to be able to get some pressure onto Wang Liang there. F called in for one of the Liams as well. This is a battle to the fittest here. All these players trying to contest the Spirit Well. Now the bar is going up here for Arano. FPSEQ's Verse is in the mix. The Matari just beat a big nuisance there by Chuzong. Just being able to get those knockbacks. We do have another player showing up, Fong though, trying to get some damage there onto Arano, but Arano, I believe, is the main one contesting the Spirit Well for now.
Yeah, and one thing too is also the J selection taking Cavalry to his own advantage. Got to be very careful. He's using it in and out where it's unanticipated to be anticipated. So long as someone doesn't go for a parry at the right time in the right moment. First though, having J selection here also has Drag like Might. So having looked in terms of that, gold dual blades are on the ground and it's Arano's. Arano taking this gold Spirit Well. Now the next Spirit Well is going to be a buff Spirit Well. So for right now, the players try to reposition here. Still have to look towards and whether or not Arano's gonna be able to sky out here. Oh man, hitting a little spot right there, and Shishang takes it to the rooftop. This is going to be a circle that ends up going through where the Immortal Temple is going to be the best kiting spot, and just being able to traverse this building is going to be the most important aspect. Now for Arano, he has a huge damage spike taken into the attack that he's got. He's mostly going for mitigation, but this is going to be where the final Moonbane stands. Arano puts himself in a spot where he can just look for hand shots, but he's got to be careful because this is about to drop a lot of laser beam die.
Oh man,
death race.
Both of these players right here. This is what I was looking at. They were just sitting in the bush right there. Arano reads it though. The armor makes their fall onto Fong there by Arano. The Bane nearly clips him there inside the temple. Now cannon shot connects there onto Fong. Is only common, so not a lot of burn tip, but still being able to get some damage in there onto Fong. Fong, go ahead and use the fist blades. I think Waliong gets clipped off the Bane there in the middle of the temple. This is a crazy Bane there for this end circle. We got Burst applying the pressure in the back end onto Wang Liang. F caught in there for the Hottie. Burst still trying to see if he can pick up the elimination onto Wang Liang or get him lobby here in this situation. Big damage here in the corner. Burst now coming in hot here, trying to see if he can get the pressure onto Wang Liang this time around. Sends him, oh my god, that almost nearly clips him off the Bane as well. And that's another strong shoot there for the Liam. Being able to have that knockback off that F alone is super, super good, especially with the ult as well. Being able to get the siphon back plus the knockback can just send players off the ground. Another character that can do that is the Keelan F. Just being able to knock him out of terrain. We nearly saw it get clipped there from the move bang. Chuzong, though, still posted up on the Batari. 5 players still up. Chuzong with 3, as well as Fong. Bursto with 4, and Wang Leong with 2 for this game. Spider did get eliminated with 3 on the ball. The pace with 2. Not sure what the bottom of the pyramid is looking like. Oh, there it is. Frostivus. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait and see how this last bottom moves unfold. But Arano now snags up gold dual blades with the Calvin Bloom. I mean, this is gonna be very, very strong here for the last bottom moments of this game.
Yeah, it's going to be a very difficult one. We got a prize fall actually in hand. Mortal Defiance, so sneaky for Fong. Has Pole Sword, has Kong Sword, gold rarity each. It's got gold, purple nunnies and purple, weapons on the standby just in case for range weapons. Crossbow is interesting. I'll be honest. The crossbow is interesting just because I'm like, if he can go for a lockdown, he can probably hit as many shots as he could in the span of the binding sign. That's what I was really looking at. I'm like, crossbow for a range weapon? I've seen it. Poke damage, 1 HP in a dream, and then you catch it, and it's all over for them. Now, we're going to see Verse taking down to the LMBs. The binding happens here for the Grapple Bump R&B release. No cut confirmation. He can't get avoidance off the R&Bs. It's Arano spamming that out. The F2 comes in for Sean. Can't get him back in the zone. It's going to be Wolves' Wang Leong's kills, and that's going to be the F1 investment. Who's going to get the last hit confirmation? Maybe we'll see the DRG Fong play here for the crossbow here in a moment, but there's going to be enough time for Verse to just kite around here left and right, and there's a pistol shot from Wang Leong. That's another elimination on the board. That's 4 eliminations for Wang Leong. And we still have 3 players left total alive. There's going to be another endgame circle with 3 players. Maybe not the same antics we've seen it, but the money being dropped left and right. But it's now going to be the case between 2 purple armor, or 2 gold armors versus 1 purple armor, and the 1 purple armor being on the hottie with the V1.
Man, a pistol shot to the gut there. That's just sad. It's super unfortunate there for Verse. He was trying to snag up the elimination there. And that was a high risk, high reward type of or full committed to the combo there off the LMB Prial. Does manage to go, or he did decide to go for it and does fall for it. But now do have 2 hotties and 1 Liam here for our last and final moments of game number 3. Do have Fong trying to see he can get somebody lobbied once again, making it to another end game circle. Back to back. Fong doing a really good job staying inside these games, but Fong now eating up the damage off the 1-2. Arano's gonna be forced to pop his F. Fong though has the ult online. Nice weave there from Arano. Now he sends LMB focus, he's gonna get parried for it. Now Arano is gonna eat up all this damage. Does manage to lose pretty much all that gold armor in the backside. Wang Leong does manage to cast the prior onto Fong. Fong's still trying to see if he can get some sorts of damage onto Arano, trying to force out a hottie ultimate. Was that prize fall I just saw?
Yeah. I'll swap it off to you. When that thing happens, because I know that everything comes down here where the focus between both of these Liam, or both of these hotties up against the Liam, is a very, very understanding thing. This is nothing like we saw in the last round. I mean, we saw we're dilly-dallying. Everyone's out for blood here for this round. It looks like it's these final minutes. Now for Fong taking out the full sword action, having himself to have Stoneform active. You're going to see Arano looking to try to charge horizontal as long as he can and baiting out. Now the reveal of the ace up his sleeve is known to the lobby right now. Whether or not he can look to try to use it to aggress upon somebody who can look for a 360 parry is another thing and another moment that we could potentially see. As Fong now switching over here using the poison bolts as it's being unlocked, as it also has the bar bolt effect with no sprint dodges. This is going to guarantee between a range off. And then Fong goes to the zone, finding out whether or not he can get a supply. He takes the risk to try to get some vitality, some healing berries here, because it's going to end up going in that way. But the problem is he's taking more damage here than he's actually able to sustain back.
Oh my!
In there, he's like, there's nothing on that body. There's only dust bunnies and whatnot. And now it's going to be Fong taking that reason enough, having a lot of burn to be ticked off here. This man ain't going to have enough chances to hold blue focus enough time, because another cannon shot can come his way, and that's going to be another set of burn tick damage. He has nothing to kind of work through here as Wang Leong to charge R&B. Parry like that though, we like to take those, and that's gonna be an F2 coming through here, and another R&B from Wang Leong's gonna be avoided, but the zone tick damage, man, it's gonna be a lot, and that's gonna be 1 cannon shot that's gonna confirm the kill, and that's gonna be the case. Fong is not gonna be having no time to live out here, 3rd place. I lied. See what I did there? Hold the sneaky on you. One of the finals comes back here as he's gonna be looking to try to go for the R&B. The prize fall is in play here. Wang Leong for the swipes, and this is gonna be the dodge effect that comes out from Fong. Now the secondary hottie ultimate coming out here. It's gonna be the V1. Hopefully they come out here just in time from Wang Leong, because Arano's looking for V2. And this is going to be where it's come out, the last hit confirmation. There's the hit. There's the soul boom pickup. Arano has himself. We might be seeing another parry here. Otherwise, Arano's going to be looking for level 3 slashes. He guarantees it. And Wang Leong, most definitely, taking out these strikes, is going to lose out due to HP loss alone. Now Arano fighting around for time. It's going to be 4-4, but we already know who the winner is. It's going to be Arano taking the MVP. And that's going to be 5 eliminations. That's going to be another 9-point game given the granted to a player, and it's going to be given towards Arano as a result for today.
Yeah, it's just super unfortunate. The other hottie had to pop that ultimate a little bit too early. They do manage to take out Fong. I mean, Fong though, just that's so much pressure that he was didn't live for so long there, you know, like it was just two hottie ults in the sky, and he was still manages to just tap dodge roll all those slashes. He did he did take up a lot of damage off the zone alone, trying to pick up some resources inside the zone. He had the vision, super important again after getting eliminated. Man, I said it the other day. I feel like he should play a little bit more conservative, you know, and play, you know, try to play for the end game if he's able to do so.
Yeah, I think Slows has to just take a slow roll, no pun intended. Just take things into consideration because he is NA energy. I know all the other APs love him for that one. But Paste, man, love to see this side of a setup. F1 investment from Spider is at the key component moments. Blue focus is avoided here. Paste is looking to try to go for the scene about whether or not he can hold blues. He's going to find that one. Goes for a second one, goes for a clink. And now it's going to be a case where that gold trope might have an armor, maybe not. Who knows? Paste is going to go ahead and loot it up here. It's going to be a blue armor. Guess what? Spider can love to see that one because he can rotate past that point. And now Paste is going to be looking to try to go ahead and loot up, but also taking the aggression on to Spider.
Wow, catches the prior off the F2. And we really don't see Katana in the pro league a lot, so I'd love to see that double focus attack, but Spider catching the prior there onto Pace, sends the second one, and a massive imperative for Pace into the jump LB for the extra damage, time 2 as well. There's gonna be a lot of damage there on to Spider, and Pace and Spider both with around the same HP, but Wufong picking up eliminations outside of this area as well.
Yeah, F2 confirmation for the F1 investment. This is going to be a roar for the ult. This is ult for ult. Killing ultimate, killing guard immortality, but that slash is going to confirm, and Spider gets out on top in the kill feed. We saw Wufong get elimination, Verse get a kill. This is going to be the only 3 kills so far into the game. We're going to see a chase down coming into the Imperial camp. As you can see, Fong is taking the chase over towards where Verse is also in the vicinity of this. Chushong getting caught by the 1-2s. Chushong investing his F2 to back off, and this is going to be a case for the lobby to try to lock him through here in this area. Now Fong, Nunnies, 16 grapples. This is enough supplies to keep the chase going against Chushong. F2 from Verse to kind of look to the lockdown, and there's the F2. Charge up does not come out in time. It's going to be Fong losing on that kill, and that's going to be Verse fighting the elimination.
Wow, beautiful showcasing that for Verse. Now, trying to apply the pressure onto Fong, but Fong catches the prior into the 2-1-1 in front of the nunchucks. Lots of damage there, knocking off all that armor. There goes the grapple bomb off the spear, into the arm focus, into the post shot extension as well there, into the F finisher there for FPS. He chooses Verse, and that was a beautiful showcasing there off the purple spear with the bow shot extra damage on the ground. He had the height advantage there, so that was secure there from him. Oh man, imagine if he would have caught the Dragon Slayer from the height as well. That would have been so filthy.
Dude, that would have been a nasty setup. I think in another tournament, he also blessed by the Naraka gods for the terrain where he didn't get griefed for on a little step stool and took the purple spear there. I know Frost was actually talking about the spear. He's like, you know, this weapon being available now, the way it is, the current shape of form, it's really viable, especially in solos. I know for certain for trios, that thing has always been going to be the viable choice. It's just solos now, playing it safe. Frostwitch, though, he's playing it safer. Slows is going to be kiting right by him in the Mercury River. Frostwitch is waiting this one out here and just seeing about what that wall be, what the wall doing, because he's just looking at it.
Speaking about the Mercury River, day number 1, Fong was under the River. Oh my god, I didn't even know there was a follow-up off of that. He literally smacks into the leg knockdown, you know. It was a very funny animation to see, and it was the first time I saw it, so that was very, very nice to see as always. Chuzong though in a scrap off against EWG and Rano with the weapon advantage right now. Purple fist blades in hand. Chuzong trying to kite out the situation right now, doing a really good job. Shoots the bell to make sure the UAV info does not go towards the person that's applying the pressure towards him. There's very nice plays there from Chuzong, but Arano still has line of sight of him in the backside. He's going to go ahead and invest the grapple into the bow shot there for the confirmed damage against the F there. Now Chuzong with F on cooldown does have the Matari ultimate online, and the Tesla here for Arano could be a big problem here for the Matari. And man, I like the Tesla. I like the Tesla in these games. I'm thinking about, you know, like Tesla's probably like a better Viper. So, you know, it's very interesting to see that X5 decided to go with a Viper instead of, you know, trying to go off like with a character like Tessa, where she has that nice third-party potential, which is a quick enchantment, opposed to having that charge up to going for an AC 130, you know?
Yeah, because the thing is that Viper stun lock is 5 seconds. Tessa's 3 seconds, right? Guaranteed that you have to deny the disenchantment, but it's a lot easier to deny the disenchantment rather than V1 where you just can walk away from it. Now, we're seeing the case scenario. There's going to be possibly from Wufong a hold on his F2, because and another thing about enchant though is that HP threshold loss. That's the only thing that avoids the enchant from being consumed. V1 setup here for the F1 usage from Arano. Now has himself to burn the Foxfire. He gets a no freeze, but he gets a stagger. There's a guaranteed freeze, but the terrain creep is oh so terrible. And Arano is finding an armor swap as a result. He gets a whole healing berry heal. It's like nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. Now it's gonna be a reset for fight part 2.
Yeah, and the ult's down now for Wufong. Does manage to catch the prog. Goes for the aerial LMB. Arano has the ult online. Now massive parry there for Wufong. He's going to have to weave. The F does manage to do so. He's going to have to weave this ultimate if it is invested here from Arano. But now the chase game here for Wufong. Does manage to weave the ultimate there. Beautiful showcasing there for Wufong. Gets the damage there onto Arano. But the crouch LMB into the massive parry there for Wufong. And that's going to be the elimination there for Wufong. And that was a beautiful showcasing there. Being aware of the situation against the Tussa.
Yeah, man, lock that one down. Double parries coming through here for the even with the armor resets coming out for those parries. So I have a chance to see Arano make it through alive, though, so has a life available. Verse still taking fights against Spider here into the Mercury River, obviously towards what seems to be in that Romy Yang. So for Spider, though, he doesn't get that Romy Yang pass, so now it's up to them on this corner instead, just making sure. This is over, if I'm not mistaken, towards Ancient Socket. I'm going to double check that one, but Spider has himself to just wait this one out. Matari ultimate to be invested is one thing, especially for kiting, as Verse can take that into the final 20 seconds of the Romy Yang pass to be available to enter, because he knows he's going to get a full reset for a rage bar. That's just the case scenario when it comes to these Romangs.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to secure the pass is just very massive, especially with that change, like you mentioned, just getting that ult back up as soon as you take the realm. It's just a nice change, especially right now. Like, Burst is just getting a lot of pressure thrown his way here from Spider. He's going to drop very low off it as well. The 1-2-3 connects here. Pistol shot almost gets the extra damage, but Burst here has the free will to pop this ultimate, but 15 seconds remaining. Might be able to do so now off of his F. He's going to continue cutting out Spider for the time being, and now the Mataro ultimate is going to be invested. And yeah, he has 2 dashes up to the TP, fakes it out. Tries to scare us on out. Has that? Whoa!
Yep, 4 times.
Yeah, that's the clink. Yeah, that's the clink thing that happens, and there it is. That's the beauty there of having to pass and being able to pop that ultimate at free will. And we see it here showcased by Verse, and now he is gonna be going at it against Chuzong, and it's gonna be a Matari for the first Roman Yang here for game number 4.
Yeah, and it's going to be a Chishang with a Sap Jade. So he finds a parry out here. It's going to be a big sustain back up. First, having Purple Staff, or Purple Spear, I should say, signifies that if Chishang picks this up, this is already a spike. He only has blue weapons in hand, so it's going to be a good swap if he finds it. Chishang, though, sees himself, gets caught by the F2 into the sky. Of course, F2 is already down here for another 10 seconds. For Chishang, having ult is going to be the only other insurance policy as a knockback. Oh, shots confirmed from Verse. Low chip damage here and there. Now looking for the scare rushes back and forth, right? Fong looks for a clink number 1. Gets caught by the RMBs, and now it's going to be a testament of whether or not he can get himself out here with an F2. Looking for the charge up, gets the uppercut, confirms it. Oh my goodness, RMB into the jump RMB. Now they're tied for HP.
Wow, that's a lot of damage. Now the Matara ultimates are going to be invested by both players. The Prog's going to go towards Versus' way, though. There goes the extension off the Purple Spear. Lots of damage. Has to overhold F, but now the Prog's going to go towards Chuzong's way. Can't turn this fight around. Goes for the air RB. Not enough, but a TP RB there for Chuzong. Picking elimination onto Versus. Now we have Frostibus against X1 in the second Roman Yang.
It's clean. It's dirty. It's everything in between. Obviously, right then and there, Frostibus takes this fight up against Hadi, and the teleportation might be used here from XY, or rather V3, or just V2 to say for the burn. Now, Frostibus has V1 ready to go. Sets himself up, charging up, waiting for the extent of that charge coming out from XY. This is burn time, no pun intended, considering the burns are actually taken away at Frostibus' HP bar, and he's got himself still 2 Auric Swords. He's waiting for it. He finds it. He might have enough chances of getting a heal off from that teleport, but it's not going to be enough as that dash RMB comes out from XY, and that's going to be his victory into that round. Versto, outside Romy Yang, post Romy Yang, up against Arano here with Purple Halberds.
Yeah, with a 3 minutes and 50 seconds, Arano right now on the Tesla is going to go ahead and invest the F as well. Catches the Prog off the Scare Rush. He's going to mix up R&B. Ooh, doesn't catch the double juggle down there from the terrain. He is going to go ahead and just back on up from the situation. Fong already starting to move on in. He has the Vermilion's Burst Bite as well with the gold fist blades. That's going to be a lot of damage output here for DRG Fong alone. There it is. The element to the jump LMB. Now the air LMB there for Arano to avoid any sorts of damage there from Fong. But Fong investing the F there to close out that distance. We do have this middle building always being used for terrain as well here on this map. Very, very structured building, be able to get that movement game strong. Kind of reminds me of like the Celestial Temple, but you know, a lot less taller, still having really good terrain to be able to do so. With 2 minutes and 55 seconds, Pace has to try to cleanse it as well. So we do have a couple players here with Yang Depletion Timer.
Yeah, we've seen Honor Temple be kited around here as times and time again, like the Immortal Temple and Celestra over at Morris Isle. Now for Verse, I mean, listen, he's got 2.5 minutes nearly over to that extension just to make sure he can kite around here. But the only problem is that with 4 players just kiting around here, Fong having a huge damage spec from those gold fist plates, it's also up to seeing whether XY can commit towards Arano, right? Arano also taking fights where he disengaged away, and Fong was easy to track down that he's going to engage this. Now, Fong takes this fight against Verse here. LMB is coming out here. This guarantee right there. 1, 2, 3. Jump LMB. Jump and scare rushes for the Sagger. That's not going to happen there. But he does have F2 in a couple of seconds. He catches a full blast to the face, and he gets popped in the pitter pattern. There's going to be the F2 again, and that's going to be neutral setup. 1-2 in the scare rush because terrain creep, and that Fong has no chance of potentially surviving this. Yeah, the first comes back, finds the armor, finds his soul bloom, and he's ready to sustain right back for round 2 in case anyone else decides to come back in.
Nice cleanse there from Verse, being able to turn the fight around there against Fong. XY now applying the pressure onto Arano. Pace still has that Yang depletion timer with 1:50, seeing if he can try to catch up to the Keelan right here. Doesn't manage to find a grapple though, so might have to swap on targets pretty soon. And there it is, catches the hottie this time around. XY, the F2 invested there from Pace. Now the full juggle for XY to the air LMB. Could have full extended as well, but a terrain save. Pace there now, trying to kite on now. XY still finding the pressure. Oh my god, grapple meat into the headshot there. Beautiful plays there from Pace. Now does manage to let loose some of this pressure now, but XY still in the mix, losing all that armor. Might be eliminated off the situation, but he does have the Brilliance Burst Might. Is going to be forced to pop the zap. Gets the damage off the RMB focus and Pace as well. Oh my god, the roll there from XY stays up to what LMB focus there from the nunchucks.
XY getting caught by 1 pounce here. There's going to be the V1 coming out here from Wufong. If he can capture 1-2 eliminations, that'll be an immense Super City lead for this. There's going to be the pounce here. They're locked in. They're in one place. V2 comes out and he gets a kill like I was anticipating. He finds a soul from Pace. Space is out here. And now it's going to be where Wufong just dips out, man. Wufong Bond, bro. He's going to be the one to set himself as a spy. He's a thriller every single time. Talk about thriller. You know, some of the answers. Okay, let's not throw that up. You know, Wang Liang takes everything coming into play with his F2 still having a V1, still having the chance of looking for kiting shots. But Pace now has to take the time to disengage. The Phosphorus finds the Rana off the flip side.
Ooh, jump LMB into the Tessa enchantment. Nice extension there for Arano. Now Frostovich trying to cleanse on now. Throwing the blade. Beautiful blade there from Frostovich to avoid the Tessa enchantment that could have potentially killed him there with a purple fist blades in hand there on Arano's hand. But now what's going to be the mix up here? Frostovich, the weave there onto the dodges. Catches the power once again. The Tessa F is back online there for Arano now. To go ahead and use it to avoid the damage there from Frostovich. Now what's going to be the mix up for Frostovich? Tries to catch the second blade. He's going to use it for the movement there to close out the distance. He is going to be able to get a common armor swap as well, but the blue armor there for Arano is back to full, and Frostovich trying to find his first elimination, trying to cleanse as well. With 34 seconds, needs to try to stay in the pocket, forces out the F, and Arano's still applying tons of pressure, but he is going to eat up the damage off the 1-2-3 there.
Yeah, 1-2-3 uppercut almost came through. The F1 still investment. Guess who's chasing this one down here, folks? It's going to be a case for Arano to stay around and see what's up. But Verse, he's right on Frostov's tail. He knows Frostov's might be the one person to go down here because Roman Yang depletion is his other threat here. And for Frostov's, not giving elimination might be one thing for him to keep in mind about because there's no wild hitmaker play he can do, especially with combo breakers on the field. So he's going to go ahead, take into Twilight's Pass, looking towards the Solar Fireflies. Maybe you're looking to try to go ahead for some, just some time to space away. And there he goes down. Roman Yang depletion kicking in like a truck. And that's going to be where he has to go through. We're looking at Wufong. 4 eliminations, purple weapons across the board. Has himself to hide himself in the Roman Yang. Not any longer. Spider is looking to hunt out here. Blue fist blade in play, but he's making work with those. He's got all the melee resistance and health jades in the plays of today. And that HP threshold is what's going to give him enough slashes for hopefully the kill confirmation against Wufong if it comes down to it.
Yeah, we got the start off here for Spider. Wufong. Spider on the killing once again. Wufong on the Justina. Pistol shot connects there for Spider. Cannon shots flying on in for Wufong. Catches the prow. F caught in there into the LMB. Jump LMB off the fist blades. Now, sends up the LMB focus off the nunchucks. Back-to-back LMB focus this time around for Spider. Now the kill ultimate is going to be invested here. And Wufong holding on to this ultimate. Can use the F, and there it is. Has it online. He's going to use the gold frame off the ultimate as well. Overholds. Doesn't connect off that first one. Now the cannon shot still flying in for Wufong. Oh, manages to roll off of that or dodge into the corner there onto that. The second slash misses there for Spider. Now has to be a little bit more conservative here with the HP going down between each slashes. And there it is. The proc comes in there off the mortality guard now. Catches the LMB proc. The F caught in for Wufong. He's trying to turn this fight around. Gets the damage there. Overholds. Parries a little bit too early to the F1-2. Now the click comes into the jump LMB finisher off the click there. And Spider there staying up here in the Roman Yang.
Yo, Jacob is my Super Bowl, man, and I can't wait to see what Spider's got cooked up here. With the F1 into the R&Bs, that was sick. With the F1, Starfall picked up. Is he going to use it? Probably not. But he got himself a gold dagger. And I'm always looking forward to seeing about where that stands out. And he also has, if I'm not mistaken, taken the Earthshaker ticket into the build. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to use it, man. But if anything comes out for his tenacity of using, what he's got in his place, that would be one thing. For his plays, though, right now, Wolpine's Essence in
again
of Wan Liang, crazy, and he also has Earthshaker. So I don't know what it is up with these Earthshakers in the lobby, but taking that's going to be one thing. But he doesn't have enough power, right? He's got only blue weapons. And there's a lot of players in the lobby who does. I think everyone else has purple weapons on standby. Rano finds out SS1 space, kites around him, 46 ratio for his healing berries to armor powders. Has enough grapples to kind of skate away, but here's going to be AS's XY and AS actually dying out. As it comes through in soul form. I think they had a tied Romy Yang fight. Can we get a replay on that? Hopefully soon. We'll have to see, because that's crazy how it ended up in the very last possible second. So both of them are on the death store right now. 3 players with Romy Yang depletion. 9 total left in the lobby. 4 X1's Wufong here, being the first one in the outstead. These players are just kiting around. They can't take any sort of fights between one another, and I can understand why, because the moment one player gets caught out, it's going to be an F investment. What's going to happen next? Bow shots. What's going to happen after that? Ult investment from that person getting kited out. That's just going to be the case scenario. Wufong has himself to bait out to have 3 dashes, but as a Justina, right, once you get realized in terms of your dashes are consumed, the chase is still on. No one's going to stop that one going through.
Yeah, I mean, literally what you said is actually every single time Yang depletion timer. Person getting active just eats up a lot of damage sometimes. If he doesn't have the advantage, then sports a bop to that. But at that time, everybody's posted up already around you. And it's just a disaster after that. But Wufong, even though he has Yang depletion timer, he does have 4 on the board, as well as APS EQ's verse. Chuzong, AIS, and Spider with 2, and XY with 1, as well as with Yang depletion timer. So 3 players right now with a Yang depletion timer. Only WBG Spider with the White Tiger's power is up currently here after all the ones have ran out. Spider though, the 1-2 there in the corner with the gold dagger in hand, trying to apply the pressure there onto XY, I believe. Dropping on down, still choosing out Wan Liang out of the bunch. And Wan Liang for the second time around for today, having that Wolpine Essence, is going to be able to sustain a lot, even if he loses that HP. And Spider trying to get rid of it right now. Obviously, he doesn't know what he has, but now the Audio Ultimate is going to invest it for Wan Liang. And you got to know that Wufong is pulling up, and we see him there in the back end trying to get some shots in there onto Wan Liang.
All he needs is an R&B after a freeze. He guarantees that teleporter has been set. 20 seconds on the clock right now for himself to take that teleporter. Otherwise, it expires. It still has F2, right? So you can then consume the combo breaker, or you can consume the lever for the teleporter cube. So for right now, Wan Liang, if he gets cornered off here, try to take the time of just making sure that he can commit a chase from his opponent, as Spider is committed to the chase. We've seen Spider do this time and time again. And there's a teleporter being consumed. Now, the thing I mentioned as well, it's up to the other players to spot that out, and they can wait that out for as long as they need to. Because when the teleporter gets taken, they hear it, they see it, and they can just launch out any abilities that they have. You saw Space actually throwing out the F2 Akko's Roar right in the direction, but it did not catch Wan Liang. Wan Liang still able to heal out in the Ascension Form's interior. And then into the AS, where he's also healing off here. Under 3 minutes right now for AS, taking in a tied loss with him and XY. So they are both under the same time threshold, where we have to see if they can get a solo in time. Otherwise, they get eliminated or they just die at the time.
Yeah, now we see it with 2 minutes and 40 here for XY. Has to try to cleanse pace. Baiting out the situation right here. I think I heard an overcomer in the background. Do have the pressure. Might be going towards Pace's way. The lone Akko's right now currently. Do have the F2 investment as well there for the Akko's. Wufong still with a minute 25. Trying to see if he can cleanse this out. Ronald Jaw's very low. This could be the opportunity that Wufong has been waiting for. Does not have the ultimate online. We had the Matari S invested there in the back end. Now, the Bloom is going to go towards Wufong. No, it does not. I thought he snagged it up quickly, but Burst makes an elimination onto Arano. Now trying to see if he can take out the opposing Matari Burst in the back end. And Wufong now with a minute. Oh, man, super rough being eliminated there by the Yang depletion timer. Has to hope for another player to get full lobbied in this situation. We do have some house low there in the back end. Chuzong dropping very low down on the Matari. We do have a player with that with the Hadi Ultimate Investor. Is going to be XY. And now the full chase here for Wufong. Has to see he can try to cleanse his Yang depletion timer just in time.
Yeah, the expectations right now to see how the lobby reacts towards being a low health Matari and seeing if the chase is going to be committed. He went on foot, no flank to be attempted, but he is still going to have time left. 30 seconds left throughout this duration at half rage to his ultimate, under half, I should say. Moonbane is still in this corner in the Ascension form towards the west side. Players still kiting around here. You can see XY takes himself to the R&Bs, Clinks 1-2s, the F2 Roar coming out from the SS1's paste to kind of commit someone into the other direction, and he backs away. Now XY is just keeping this kiting going through. Cannon shots coming in from Verse as we see it. 20 seconds, 15 seconds, 10 seconds, I should say, for Wukong. I was counting his timer out, and that's going to be where he's going to have to zone out. He's got 4 eliminations. He's taking the 0.5, if I'm not mistaken, for the placement points, but this is going to be his first day of playing, right? We still have chances for him to catch points up, but of course, we're going to have to double check and see whether or not it's going to be the case. Actually, no, this is Wukong's second day of playing. I'm not mistaken, but everything comes out here for the marbles. We got 7 players left alive, and AIS is also near to death's door.
Yeah, forcing out this Keelan ultimate now. Needs to see if we can try to pick up the elimination onto XY. XY does fall though. Snags up the Bloom as well. And that's a nice little package there for AIS. Staying inside this game. Going up in the ranks off of that alone with 2 on the board. But now with no online, these players might want to full commit here onto AIS. We still have 6 players remaining here for game number 4. Wang Liang, Spider, both in the mix. Chuzong, Verse, AIS, Pace, all in as well. These players trying to see if they can try to secure a dub. But Verse right now with 6 on the board is the runner-up right now for the MVP for this game alone. We do have the gold fan here for Spider in hand. Gold halberds in the back pocket if he needs it for WBG. Spider still trying to get active. We do also have 2 Keelans up here for Spider and AIS. 2 Matari there from Verse and Chuzong. We have a lone Hottie and a lone Akos there for the 2 remaining players. Nice grapple bump R&B focus there for Spider. That's a lot of damage off the gold fan as well. We do have the Matari F invested in the back end. Chuzong not trying to kite this out, but Spider applying tons of pressure there on Chuzong.
Yeah, Gold Fan R&B is enough to chalk out for a combo breaker to be utilized, and there's going to be nothing to keep Chuzong alive here if he can get locked down. He's still kiting around. He's taking this cliff slice to his advantage. This is going to be a chance for here for the Crackdown Lemmies to get caught with fist blades. There's going to be the R&B. Now the investment from Spider. Now the F2 from Chuzong that's space away. And another Moonbane, which everybody's at this Moonbane, and this Moonbane has to be, oh no, we missed the grapple. We need to start kiting right now, because this Moonbane can cause a lot of grief right there, and I called it. I knew it.
Oh my god.
That's a curse, y'all. I just knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen. I anticipated, look, boom, Spider gets knocked out of his HP breath threshold, and AS can look for the army, and Spider almost gets caught in the second one. Everyone had to get out of this area. The moment I saw how many players were centered out, it was no fun, no bueno.
Yeah, you definitely got another tally there for the Caster Curse. Sorry, Severio. You called it.
I called it. I knew it.
Called it just in time, but WBG Spider now trying to get active against Pace. Now 5 players still up to be able to weave that F2 there with a beautiful tap dodge roll there from Spider. Clink comes in times 2. Random Bame still in the mix. AIS waiting for the perfect opportunity to potentially third party in this situation. That Spider right now wants to take out this Akos in his end circle. And we have R&B there for the extra damage there for WBG Spider. Pace though losing pretty much all that purple armor. Needs to be real careful in the situation. We have another player joining the chase down. It's gonna be AIS. The F2 does connect there for Spider, but he has the F to avoid the follow-up off of that. Now the Akos ultimate is gonna be invested here for Pace. The V2 weave there for AIS instead of follow-up R&B there for Ace. And that's a beautiful elimination there for AIS. Coming in at the perfect opportunity. Spider investing so much there, so much damage. Is not going to pick up the elimination there, but AIS now snagging up his 4th one here for game number 4.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of loot with him. He's got a Vajra's Grip, especially a Vajra's Grip on standby, where he doesn't lose his weapon upon parries. So he's able to keep the gold rarities on standby for 2 parries. He also has a Sap Jade to be picked up there, so now he's going to be able to or a Sap Jade on standby too. Wolpine's Essence still in the play here for Wang Liang, now having purple weapons of Nunchuck Rarity. Taking the chances here. A parry from Verse doesn't get full commitment towards it, so he's not going to be confirming all the damage that he was hoping for, but he still has a chance of just kiting around here. Nice repositioning. He got 6 grapples though. It's going to be a dangerous 4 minutes for him to kind of work out and seeing about a body and getting the resources off of them, because AIS now having no armor to live out except for 300, losing it out piece by piece, layer by layer, limb by limb. This is going to be where AIS looks to try to hold check the heck out of his opponent, and you got to keep in mind, right? Wang Liang has Wolpine's Essence at 1,000 heal, folks. That's a parry like that though gives AIS an idea of whether or not he should prioritize onto hitting the target that was parried, but no, he is focusing on Verse. He does not want to let go of this target, the Batari especially. He's got himself no health to work out from here past this point. He's only going to make, he hits double targets. That's all the same he actually could work with, because he gets another chance of slashing again, and he's keeping that momentum going through. He avoids, I should say, Verse avoids that slash, and he's got ultimate active. The immunity guard is keeping him alive here for AIS, so the ultimate's done, and the combo breaker is still available. Who will take the elimination from this point?
Wow, does eat up the damage there from the R&B in the back end. Uses the F there to ice off the pressure, but Wang Liang now, oh my god, what a massive jump cannon shot there onto JL's AIS. That was a beautiful showcasing there from Wang Liang, snagging up his first elimination of game number 4. That's just super unfortunate there for him to get eliminated off of that. Just so much pressure. That's one downfall there for the Keelan, just using up those slashes and taking off that white HP. We see it here being showcased that it was not in his favor there to stay up. But verse now, with no Matari ultimate online, we do have Wan Liang and Spider with their ults there for the Hadiin, the Keelan. Still up, gold doublets in hand for Spider. Wan Liang back with the gold fan. Now, they're probably going to wait this out once again. I feel like we had this all day long where they're going to be waiting for it, waiting for this circle to finally close. We saw it back-to-back games. In both end circles, Fong was in. This one, Fong is not for this game. But, I mean, he's sitting pretty right there with the 54.8 points overall. I mean, he is chilling. Voidpine Essence still here for Wan Liang. So, you know, you guys see that being procced at the end. That is what he has in his inventory. XY still in second with 33. Wan Liang closing out the distance. Really good showcasing here for his qualifying rounds with 32 points overall here for his fourth game still. His second day. 225 not up. Chuzong with 26.5. It's now, you know, trying to break the curse there and not being able to qualify for the second bi-weekly. Now, we do have the pressure re-emergence here for these players. And the Killing Ultimate is online here for Spider. We're going to have to wait and see if he can snag up elimination here onto the Matari. But the Matari is eating up a lot of damage there.
Yo, just got locked into the zone. Now the immunity guard is in effect. Spider still has at least 600 armor or so to kind of keep him through here. His HP is at a deficit. And now the other chance here is to see whether or not Wan Liang gets the RMBs. Now F2 investment from Verse hits it, confirms it. And looking towards the F1 investment from Spider is going to be his pace. He finds the F1, the parry mode is activated, but the cannon shots are going to be enough. And Wan Liang finds the RMB spam. He finds two pieces in less than a second. And it feels like this is just another day for him. Drops the full finds that since he's like, y'all didn't have no chance of killing me regardless.
Wow. Wan Liang showcasing some beautiful Naraka gameplay for us. I mean, staying up there, securing the dub, or securing the last one standing, but not the MVP. FPS ZQ versus had the elimination advantage opposed to everybody else in that server right there. It is going to be running off with the MVP here for game number 4. Our last Midoriya game of the day. It was a nice showcasing there from Verse himself. But wow.
And he's going to be looking into open up his bag to get the eliminations.
Starting off with Frostivus and Spider. Might be going at it here, landing in the same location. Spider does manage to get common dual blaze, common armor. Frostivus, common spear, common armor in hand. But Fong with Chuzong going at it. The F2 Pro there for Chuzong. Goes for the aerial LNB. Doesn't clip there due to the terrain. And Fong now has the advantage, I believe. Almost getting that ult online, 75%. He does have an advantage in the ult department. Now, it's going to be the mix up here for Chuzong. Oh my god, a slight uppercut there for Fong. Connects to the jump LNB finisher there for Fong. That was a nice cleanup there for Fong against Chuzong.
That was too clean to be sure, man. That thing was risky, but he did it. And he got the kill elimination. Yeah. And he got himself here. Spider looking to lock down Frostivus, who did find an armor swap, and Spider's going to keep the aggression, right? F2 and change, right? No F1. No longer going to have that rework F. But he is going to be looking ahead, and the RMB gets released, and the F2 locks Frostivus in that corner, and that's the elimination. Look at the rainbows. Look at the sky. Now it's going to be Frostivus looking towards spawning out to try to mend the loss and hopefully get some good gear on the return.
Slow's playing the range game there with repeating crossbow. Pace though in a mix against AIS. Justina v Justina action in the back end. XY as well. Trying to lay down some pressure there from the pistol shots, but it's going to be a common armor swap there for AIS. Being able to stay safe in the situation. Pace can go ahead and lurk this out. Waiting to see if he can find any sorts of damage again. But Slows out of the bunch is super weak. And XY with the advantage. The F2 called in. I almost called it F3. Now Slows going to eat up a lot of damage in the back end. Pistol shots flying on in once again. Does manage to tap towards roll. The RMB focus there from the fifth place. But no, it's going to be AIS with the elimination against Slows. And that was a nice cleanup there from AIS being patient.
Yeah, he uses the ultimate to knock back, make sure he secures some sort of distance away from his opponent to spread out. Gets ult, gets that soul bloom, so that's going to be a case of the timing of the rage per second to tick down. Now it's up to AIS, though. Has to be careful. You know, I'm looking at these pistol shots. He's avoiding every single one of them. Now he's the whole blue focus in a weird, uncomfortable spot. Whether or not he's going to invest F2 here, the expectation for that is going to be up to whether or not Pace is going to be burning it through. Now, these are both the Justinas and the Fabi V2 F2s. Carry like that, though, that's a lot of armor gone, and that's going to be all his armor. To find the swap, though, in the middle of all that, crazy, intense. Immaculate.
Yeah, that was a fast armor swap there for Pace. Loses up a lot of HP, eats up the damage off the RMB staff there in the back end from XY, and now trying to stay up. Still has both of these warriors on his back. The F invested there for the Liam. Now the first Justina ultimate is going to be invested there for Pace onto XY, and the XY as well is going to respond with the Liam ultimate of his own. Gets frozen off of this, and Pace stays up there. The Bloom is going to go towards his way as well. He is going to be able to get that health back. Now, since up the RMB focus back to back, the T2-5s are coming out here for Pace once again. The jump of the beat for the extra damage. Justina ultimate invested for AIS. Doesn't manage to get the damage damage off of this. Eats up the damage off the R&B focus. Weaves the LB follow-up. Now the F called in there for pace, and AIS trying to catch the scale of the tap dodge. Does not manage to do so. Now in the backside, the health is pretty much even, but the second freeze connects there for AIS. He gonna snag up his third elimination, I believe, of this game. That was quick there for AIS. It's 2 now on the board there for AIS.
Yeah, and we also actually seen the kill feed. Wang Liang fully eliminated Fong in the lobby. That's going to be the case. That's what we're going to see here. And now for this game in the Grizzly Rise, we're going to see Chishang not looking too hot HP-wise for his flat white health. He's going to go for a heal. Oh, gets caught by the R&B, but just in time for that heal to help come through here. Rano actually looking to try to be the one to aggress upon that. And Wu Fong looking to kite around here and seeing what he can try to aggress upon himself. But the value comes into Chishang here because this is early game circles. There's just not a lot of tick damage to come through here where it causes a detrimental to your health bar. So he takes the time to loot up. He takes the time to separate from the whole entirety of where those players are. And even though he gets caught by the bell, he's still looking to loot up here. The weakest escalation, though, is at cap. So whether or not he can kite around here in time, it's whether or not the players think he's still around on Grizzly Rise before he disengages completely to reinitiate later on.
Do see both Arano and Wu Fong trying to wait for that player to start coming on in, but it's gonna be a little bit of waiting game first. Romo Yang starting to form on up. Chuzong does manage to kite out that situation, goes far right there to avoid both of those players. Now trying to see if he can snag up some more resources there to top off that health for himself. Wang Liang at Plume Castle with the weapon advantage against a lot of players right now. Scaled up to purple weapon, purple staff in his inventory, and also has a purple gold pole sword in hand already. Definitely got it off the puzzle. And here we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at it. It was a gold greatsword since the Stoneform R&B on the Fong. Oh my god, that was so much damage there. Oh my god, one Stormform, and Fong did not believe it as we saw the surprise in his face there.
It's tough. Tough. Yeah, tough position, man. You saw that man got the PogChamp face. You know what's crazy too? That thing had you know what's crazy? That alone was enough because it came with a pulse. It came with a great sword that can convert to a pulse sword. Had a purple staff, and it also came with an advanced skill for him to have. So he got all the makings of making it into endgame circle. AS takes himself up against XY though towards the city of Tong and towards in between that and Tang Courtyard, just in these pillars alone, because the Roman Yang is about to pop in here and. You know, AIS as Justina forcing that in would be something that he could take advantage of. Maybe. I don't know. Slows is just in the background here as the ball does. So whether or not he's going to be looking for the grief zone is going to be the case.
Well, we do see the bird out here in Hollow Rock. We do have a stackage of players there on the bottom right-hand side. Romo Yang. Wang Liang to be able to get this round for the free. Now Pace, WBG, Spider, XY, all getting active right now. Pace is going to let go of this Yang pass. Does not want to lose his life right now. With no resurrections left into this game. Should go ahead and just count his blessings. Playing the dual blade katana swap though. So we might see some sorts of swap potential there for him. So Spider now with the pass, 97% on that ult. It's about to get it right back up. Can't pop it if he needs it pretty soon. Now sends it. Oh no, gets a parry. Beautiful parry there for Spider. We're going to have to wait and see how he does. What's going to be the mix-up here for Spider against XY? The cannon shot connects there. Gets a little bit of splash damage. Wants to save the pass and go right back inside the ring. We go ahead and top off that common armor. And taking the Roman Yang on common armor can be some sort of a problem. But Spider, not a stranger to doing that. We do see the F2 invested there. Now Spider's going to go ahead and invest this Valdo ultimate with 1 second remaining. Can go ahead and go inside the runway aim, but still trying to apply the pressure onto XY. The LB focus damage does go towards Spider's way. LB prior off of it into the spears. Going to go ahead and just take up his Runway Yang. We're going to have to wait and see how he does in this Runway Yang.
Yeah, because Arano fits himself with the purple halberds, hoping to see whether or not the common armor swap might occur. Pistol shots might be ready. For Arano, though, missile mid-air swap coming after the R&Bs is not going to force a grapple strike in the face. Oh, the LMD would have been nasty there, but the combo breaker is still available. And there's going to be the ultimate proc coming out from Wu Fong. He's going to go for the slashes. Back in the fourth is going to be the case. Leon's going to be looking to try to use the Oric Sword. And guess what? It's going to be anticipated. And the Oric Sword might be denied here for a slash. There it is. Confirmed number 1. Waits it off and gets confirmed slash number 2. Still waiting for timing to be had, and the Oric Sword, preempted. Might be enough time though. Immortality Guard and slash through the pillar is something that Rana was not anticipating there. The F1 is still available, and that's going to be one LMB that Wu Fong captured right at the HP threshold.
Oh my god, he almost caught the prio there and nearly securing the Roma Yang with Spider against Wang Liang. Blue Spear here for the Wall Leon once again with the weapon advantage. Like I mentioned earlier, he is going to have that ultimate online. The Spear connects there for Spider. It's going to be the mix-up. LMB focus off of this. Jump LMB. No, LMB prior here for Wall Leon. Into the Pulsar Sword. Tons of damage. Into the extension. Does miss the grapple, but a reprior there for Wall Leon. Into the swap. Drops it for the second time. Now, the second Spear invested there for Spider. The ult is gone. Now, the F is back online here for Spider. Trying to see if he can find something. Has the big barrier there. He's going to eat up the damage off the R&B focus. The bubble doesn't even come in play. We got Wall Leon winning this Roma Yang beautifully here for the first Roma Yang.
Yeah, it's going to be a chance for him to get a gold staff. That's going to be a huge spike coming through
Crazy.
there. Forcing into this spot, though, Wang Liang has, I mean, if he wants to compare it into a spear, I wouldn't be against that. But the problem is that staff also is a strong point in solos, right? In solos, you can use the staff for the majority of times. We're going to see a fight over by the Moonfall pass, though. Wu Fang puts himself into the Immortality Guard against Burst, who is also in the ult status. These are both for million and First Might winners. So either which way, they are both going to consume their ultimates, and that's elimination. Poison Splash is procced out here. A little bit more tick damage he's hoping for, but no one's taking an investment of looking at him to hurt him out. Spider finds a blue armor swap inside of one of the caves for this and Jade selections too to be picked up here. So it might be working out in his favor just for mitigation alone, but he still has Roma Yang depletion for another 3.5 minutes. Takes the sand pair, takes a little bit of attack and defense boost along the route. If someone keeps chase, he was ready to go ahead and scrap off.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate there for Spider having common armor and going inside the Roma Yang, and you have to face or you have to face Wall Leon with the purple staff there. It's just super unfortunate for him. We do have Wall Leon now playing lots of damage, lots of pace. Now the Liam ultimate is going to be invested for Wall Leon. Justina ultimate invested as well. He's going to use one dash to avoid Wall Leon's blade there in the back end. Now with only one dash left here for pace. Can use it to try to get aggressive. He's going to use it to create a distance. Someone's in a ballista. Not sure if the shot's going to come into play there for Frostivus. Trying to look for the opening. Oh, I thought he was about to click there. Does not though. Pace though. Still getting applied the pressure in the backside. Does find a common armor swap. Frostivus could have the advantage here. Massive parry there for pace in the back end. Frostivus now trying to get the cannon shot. He does manage to connect there onto pace. And that was a beautiful third party there from Alliance's Frostivus.
Yeah, setup right here is massive. That cannon shot came in sublime. Now for Frostivus looking to try to go for the clings number one. Wang Liang hold checking him. There's a release. There's going to be the guarantee. No range weapon on standby for Wang Liang to get some more damage. But they're going to go for one heal each. And then it's going to be Frostivus looking to try to dash. Tap dodge, gets himself LMB. The F1's up now for Wang Liang. Gets himself to disengage. This is going to be hard hold R&B. Another ultimate look for a stagger back. There's the F2. There's the LMB. But guess what? Terrain's going to grief out Frosty very quickly here. As you can see, the realization goes for the lethal jab. Attempts to go for the R&B release for the blue focus. And looking to try to go for the R&Bs back and forth. The blue focuses are going to be released between both of these folks. And there's one more neutral potential for Frostivus. There it is. There's the setup. But whether or not there's going to be a chance here to get the R&B release, he's going to find it. And there's still enough HP here. Wang Liang now has combo breaker ready to go on duty. He's getting rage damage. He's going to have his ultimate ready to go here. The teleport's being made, and there's going to be a chance for Wang Liang to use his ultimate to mitigate this pressure coming out from Frostivus.
Wow, the F blade does connect there for Wang Liang. We see him swap there once again, and that's going to be a lot of damage right now. Frostivus now is trying to back on up from the situation. There goes the Prawn second time around, and Wang Liang with the elimination here onto Frostivus, and it's just the weapon scalers there. There's just so much damage there, not being able to sustain the 2 gold weapons. It's just super unfortunate there for Frostivus. Now Rano losing up a lot of HP in the backside. We do have Spider still trying to cleanse out. This Yang depletion time was with 1 minute and 34 seconds still and counting. We do have a Rano swapping over to common armor swap. He is going to lose his armor, but still trying to stay up for this game. Now the pressure is going to go towards Spider's way. We're falling now, showing up to the party, trying to see if he can find elimination onto Spider, but Spider with a massive parry there tries to read the F, does not manage to do so. We're falling now, trying to back on up, losing almost all of that purple armor. The kill ultimate is going to be invested here. The first slash connects there for Wufang, and Spider now needs to see if he can try to back up from this ultimate.
Now for Spider looking towards himself to take chances in his own hands for the next minute of trying to get a heal. No one's going to allow that. They're chasing this down from center bar down to Moonfall. Moonfall is going to be where Spider can try to look for the building to try to kite around here for the next couple of seconds. XY is actually taking Roma Yang portal, and he finds a little bit of the stairwell to take into chances. A lot of traps here, a lot of terrain grief here if you end up getting caught by one of these traps. But it looks like it's going to be moving past that. We're going straight to the buildings as mentioned before. For Spider looking towards Wufang here, no armor. Well, let me rephrase that. 300 armor heal, to have on standby. But Spider needs his chance of catching. He needs to burn the F1 first though, and that's going to take time. Catching him is one step. Burning his F is another. That's a combo breaker that's going to be on standby for Wufang. So for Spider, the Wild Haymaker chase only comes into benefit if only another person was there to kind of keep a track with him. Now, the Clink is had, but Wufang finds a scare rush. 20 seconds left on the clock. He won't be able to confirm with the skill. He knows that the combo breaker still hasn't been burned, so he has to space away. For everything coming out here, had it been done, He's got himself a gold fan that goes in the zone. That's a gold weapon that we won't see unless somebody ends up going to this area and it says, oh yeah, look, the gold fan, just to go to the bodies. But that's where we're ending up in with the Windy Gust format coming in from the zone effects. Heartstopper is anticipated. Arano might be sending this guy to the Shadow Realm because Shang, he ain't fucking old because he ain't got old.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so much damage there off the parry. I mean, oh man, that's just super unfortunate there for Chuzong. Arana with elimination. Now we got FPSEQs versus Gold Dual Blades in hand against XY. Let's see what it makes up here. We got a Keelan V, Liam for this Roma Yang. Their overholds here from Verse, trying to find it for the perfect opportunity. We got XY playing the dual blade Hung Sword swap right now. Calvary Bloom here for Verse once again, trying to see he can find an opener here against the Liam overholds. Now the Liam ultimate is going to be invested here for XY. Cross ups, let's lose the Calvary Bloom. Let's roll there from XY. Probably for XY. F card in there for the Keelan. Now Keelan ultimate is going to be invested here for Verse, trying to see he can find the first slash. First one does connect. The second one as well because of the terrain. Now the first Liam F is going to be called in to avoid it. He gets caught up in the air slide uppercut. Oh my god, nearly connects off of it. I read it. Now what's gonna be the mix up for Verse, trying to connect another slash, misses off the second. The third one connects there for himself. Now the second blade's gonna be invested in for XY. Nice F there to avoid that slash. Now the fourth one still applying lots of pressure there for Verse onto the Liam, and XY trying to stay alive, but Verse now with no ult online eats up the damage off the R&B focus, and the F called in as well, and Verse trying to stay up, but XY might have the opening that he needs here in this situation.
Yeah, one pot shot's all he needs to get that pistol shot, but that clink right then and there, that's all he needs to get through, and that's going to be the elimination. Verse takes it. For Wolves is Wang Liang. He finds AIS, and AIS is looking for the fist blade R&B release. I don't know what's going to be coming out to the benefit of my friend. He's got ultimate still, Wang Liang, I should say. And both of them actually have ult. AIS is covered by the for R&B. Guarantees an element. He's looking for the Justina V2 proc for the ultimate to come out. He's looking to try to anticipate that knockback if it comes through. There's going to be the chance here, the LMBs. There's going to be the first Justina knock. There's going to be the first Justina dash, and that's going to be the Justina's life. That's Wang Liang getting a gold armor as a result, and he's going to get everything he kind of wants. Look at this man swapping back and forth.
Swap.
Old dagger actually has himself a Dreadful Whale. Dreadful Whale got nerfed recently, but the effect of its golden tracking is also something for him to kind of work into Magic for this game, and especially that if he finds a way of invading from the sky down below, he can get a midair gold focus to be released in his foe's face.
Man, he's just so skilled right now. I mean, he caught that gold poster so early. We saw what he did to Fong in the beginning of game number 5. So, I mean, just being able to have that weapon rarity up early on for this game, or any game at least, you see how well these players can continue that momentum off of just having a good weapon and a good armor to be able to outburst that DPS, get those eliminations on board, and be able to win those Roma Yangs, especially in the early game. If you're able to get those Roma Yang wins, you scale up so much with a confirmed weapon and armor. But wow, the rampage there for XY against AIS to be a nice damage there onto the Justina, and XY now creating the space beautifully there against AIS. Has the blue Hung Sword still though. We'll have to wait and see what he does in the situation. Overholds the LMB, trying to go for the musket shots. Pistol shot spawn on in here for AIS. XY probably has slow shot because he's aiming in here with this musket, so he might be running slow shot there for the extra damage. But XY now go ahead and try to retreat in the situation. AIS in the back end is going to go ahead and try to re-aggress the situation against XY. But 3 minutes and 34 seconds, the time is ticking here for XY.
Yeah, time is ticking. F1 is still available, hasn't burned yet. I mean, listen, Justina can make anything happen. She can mitigate the knockback, she can mitigate the binding, but that's where the anticipation comes out, and XY is waiting a lot of time here. That blue armor might have been a miracle here. Blue focus comes out for the rampage. It's going to bait it out here for another R&B release, and there is a secondary rampage. F2's invested. Here it is. Combo breakers used. Another rampage. It's going to be a good chance here for XY to go through it. There's a knockback though. Looking for it. F1 investment. Scare rushes in. A little bit scary moments here. Dodges the first slash. Okay, we're looking for the hold check here. We're looking to anticipate it. This is what AIS is looking for to try to do here. The Over Sword is still available, and that's going to be the hit. That's going to be the knockback. But then there's another Liam to make this their own kill elimination. And an XY can just take the time to reset. But like we say, it's going to be a case of the 1-to-1. There's the R&B. There's Wang Liang. There's the White Tiger's prowess. And that's going to be a solo picked up by one of these foes, as XY is still in the background looking to try to go ahead and re-aggress. But I don't think it's going to happen, dog. I don't think it's going to be a chance unless he finds someone get parried. And maybe takes a chance for himself to look for this for the wink.
I mean, like you mentioned, Severio, I mean, catching is one thing, right? But you have to re-catch if they have a gold F, you know? It's a double task just to try to output damage. And on top of that, once you do that, you gotta see if you can avoid the ultimates if you do manage to get them below. So just with time being this low right now for XY, he needs to try to see if he can find a third party or a player getting lobby as they are doing so right now. And it looks like the pressure is going to be going towards Wufong's way. So this is the perfect opportunity that XY needs to see if he can try to stay inside this game. The Cobra Blue in the back end is going to eat up a lot of damage, but Wufong now getting full clippage here from all these players. The R&B makes it for the backside from Verse as well. He's trying to see if he could read the pair, but XY is going to be forced to pop the Zap. The Kite is out here as well here for XY. We do have Wufong taking a full reset in for himself. Ronald trying to lay down some pressure there off the cannon shots. Wufong makes it alive, stays up once again. So XY now with a minute 30 needs to see he can find the opening that he needs still.
Yeah, dash R&Bs from XY might be crucial here. He's looking for Wufong. Sees the R&B release, doesn't carry for it. He's looking for musket shots, looking for poke. Takes another set of R&Bs there that he's going to be holding blues. He's going to be careful about his horizontal releases. You can see universal slash reveal as Versus throwing that out here. Also with the Lara Croft climbing, climbing hooks there for the blue blade. So letting you guys know that for that build to be made. But for Wan Liang, man, this man's a menace with a dagger. If he can pull out a Dreadful Whale, there's nothing that he can be doing against that. I mean, he goes for the kicks, he goes for the bait out, and that's another thing about Dreadful Whale, right? It's like one of those things where you can just go for a neutral hit, or you can go for the blue focus and digging through the mindset of each player. If it comes down towards one to another, and they see that Dreadful Whale, they're like, is he going to throw that wild to make it blue, or is he going to go ahead and do that in blue? But XY takes it. You can see Dreadful Whale being thrown here for the background. The Forbidden Seal as the last Auric Sword gets consumed. He tried to look for the lockdown, but XY just couldn't get that done for Verse.
Yeah, that would have been disgusting though.
Oh,
Big brain played, he would have connected after that. Tries to go for it. Fortunately enough, doesn't caught up now. The Dreadful was going to connect there onto XY. Wan Liang into the slash there from Verse as well in the back end from that Keelan ultimate. Now XY, the tables have turned towards him this time around, trying to cut it out. The 1-2 aerial LMB as well in the back end. F caught in there for Wufong, and there's going to be Wufong stacking up the elimination there onto XY. Nothing XY can do in that situation. Massive parry there for Wufong. Now cannon shot still fine on in. The pressure's going to go towards Wufong's way this time around. No, we still got some sorts of pressure there in the back end there from Wan Liang in the Verse. The Liam's now trying to see if they can take out one of these Keelans. We do have Wufong now forcing out this Keelan ultimate for himself. Connects off the 2. What's gonna be the mix up for him? Connects off the 3rd as well. Now in the back end, the Shadow does not manage to clip the damage in the backside, but Wan Liang gets baited out off that slash. But Wufong losing a lot of HP here. Once his ult is gone, we are gonna see everybody full focusing Wufong here in just a little bit.
Yeah, and 3, 2, 1, it's done, son. He's gonna have to really work this out. The Auric Swords come out. Wufong is dodging it. This man's bobbing and weaving. He's got the DB7. He's got the Austin Martin. This man is smooth riding through here, sailing. And now it's gonna be a chance of him to scale rushing out and forth. But once one clink happens, that's it. That's all gonna be the investment from somebody to catch the potential for the quick elimination. Of course, you hear the hits in the background. Wan Liang taking fights into the rooftop. And it looks like Arano had a hot swap in armor. It's a common rarity. And Verse is going for some resets. Wufong still looking to try to go for who is left behind on low HP. And it's going to be him, of course. But he still has chances here to kite around. And he's off. He's gone. And now it's up to Verse and Wan Liang to contest between both of these. Keelan versus Liam. And now it's going to be only one Auric Sword for Wan Liang to look for a confirmation Auric side. Auric Sword mind.
Oh my god, he connects there off the mid-range slash there onto Wan Liang. And Wan Liang, once again, had crazy weapons now. Eating up a lot of damage here from Verse, but Verse as well. Every single slash he throws, he's already in mortality guard. He needs to be careful in the situation. Arana showing up to the party as well. The Leo F called in there from Wan Liang. The Dreadful was sends out as well, but no, he's gonna get clip off of that into the F. Still staying up. We got Wan Liang still very, very weak. Verse as well, and both of these players can potentially be eliminated, but a universal slash there for Verse makes the elimination out to Wan Liang. No.
Scary, bro. And that's the jump LMB right there. That movement was right on the body as well. Everybody was on it. Movement on Arano, on Wufong. Everyone's taking movement. Bro, I don't want to see, I don't want to see. Okay, well, GG's.
Oh my god.
Listen, you saw how fast that man went and slid it back high in the chair. I know Arano's about to peek over and say, hey, yo, you good, dog?
Nah.
Good? You good there?
Nah.
Look, he's looking over.
You were going to say that. You were going to say that. You was going to cast the curse there, but you stopped yourself.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Oh my god. What an ending there to game number 5. Wan Liang, though, bouncing back, securing more points for himself for today. Bouncing back with a crazy bi-weekly. We should be having our new character out as well. So that's going to be another factor to see if she's going to be able to stay inside the meta.
Yeah, and another thing too, and seeing about the success of Wang Liang into that round one play, it was also to the aspect of Hottie swiping out. That was due to Spider, and then he just got last hit confirmations with the HP bubble. But Fong taking Crow's Nest into his own set with Wufong and XY. It looks like XY's going to hit the RMBs. He's going to get confirmation against Wufong. Now Wufong looks for the jump LMBs after the LMBs, but he gets caught by one, forcing F2, having the Fireflies necessary to say take himself to the skies, and just going for the V2 Hottie ultimate. We know this is going to be the swipes for the damage dealt for the burn to be applied, but he's looking to try to kite around for supplies because he's got none in his pocket.
Yeah, this is rough off job here for XY. Does manage to not get any more pressure thrown his way. That's another blue armor swap there, and he does have to end up going in for that armor swap. But it looks like Wufong still trying to look for some resources. Frostivus already picking up one on the board earlier against Wang Liang. No armor right now, trying to top off this armor that he has right now. The army focus is going to clip him there into the follow-up as well. The RB mix there for Verse. Going to get more damage there onto Frostivus, and the Valdo's gonna fall here, and Burst on the Akko is gonna snag up this elimination against Frostivus.
Yeah, Crow's Nest still has action to have here. I see the V2 just gonna come through the confirmation. No RMBs to come through to hit Fong as he's able to get unfrozen to make sure he can get caught in the jump LMB. Spider looks towards it, finds kicks, doesn't hit any confirmations. Look for a parry there too. Double parry coming here, and the omnidirectional parry, the first we've seen so far today with Wufong getting a front and center, and now it's going to be a chance for DRT Fong to get eliminated from Verse.
Verse snags up the elimination onto Fong. And oh man, this what happened day one there for Fong. I mean, he had a crazy start first 3 games, and then that momentum kind of slows down there for Fong, and we've seen it once again here for tonight that he had some decent games the first 3 games, and now for the last 3, oh my god, double parry there for Verse, and we've seen it another time, another parry for Verse. He's reading all the parries, reads the F as well, overholds, does not let loose, staying safe inside the corner, does not want to get a parry once again. We're probably not trying to kite out the situation, but Verse there, getting everybody's numbers there for those parries.
Man's signature is going through with it, but we might be seeing Shang finding his elimination here for his signature on the board for his first. Doesn't get it. Verse is on his cannon duty. He found the elimination. If he finds himself here, he sees the immortality guard to be consumed. Shang is actually going to be spamming this out. He's got enough sustain now to be at 100% HP, like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, it looks like the ult is going to go offline. 30% here for Chuzong. Spider with that Liam ult, trying to see if he can find the pressure onto the opposing Liam this time around. Since the RB focus there, back to back as well. The TT25 Zao to the RB mixes. Spider with elimination. Now, the F1 there for Burst on the Akos is going to come into play. Spider not trying to kite out the pressure right now from Chuzong, the first one on the scene. Another player in the back end might start moving on in. We have Arano and Burst both full chasing down Spider. So it's a 3-way scrap off here for Spider. Needs to be real careful, losing up a lot of HP here on the Liam. Does have that ult online if he needs it. Oh my god, the whole server is here. Everybody posted up. They do see Spider very weak inside this. Cannon shots flying on in, trying to get some damage. So this could be Spider's way a ticket out of this situation with everybody else showing up to the party.
Oh, it's looking like a typical NA lobby. It's crazy here. Spider's gonna be looking for a blue armor swap. We're gonna be looking for the RMBs if he can. 1-2s, looking for the whole check. Anticipates for a parry and had to invest his F1 there. There's no questions about it. He had to invest the F1 just to make sure he doesn't get caught through. Now it's gonna be a case between the Sunveil dwelling into Celestra. If he can make his way through here, kiting out, he'll be in a good spot. He might have to proc go for a knockback, and it was anticipated Slows is going to be going through. Like I said, I'm hoping for this man's success over there in the background. And meanwhile, though, we see Spider looking to try to kite, looking for the scare rushes here. There's a lot of buildings here with potential loot here, maybe even gold trophy for him, but he's going to go straight to the Immortal Temple. If anyone's keeping track of this, it's going to be definitely only 1 or 2 people versus Chishang. They are looking towards and hunting down this Liam as he is making his way to teleport through. This is going to be the bait out, the situation where he gets caught out here. The reason enough is because someone was looking for it, and it's going to be Verse looking to try to keep the aggression upon. The whole lobby is here, man. I don't know what to say. Everybody, bro.
I just thought about like when we were in elementary school, it's like everybody follow the line. Now we just go from one location to another and everybody posted up this time around here in the Temple of Celestia. Spider still trying to cut out all this pressure with no ult online this time around. Look at everybody counter grappling in there. Spider gets the damage off the R&B focus. Slows picks up the elimination there onto WBG Spider, and that's a nice one there for Slows. Needs as many points as he can. Now the F1 called in here for Slows. He can be able to top off this gray armor back to full as well. We did have one of the Keelans in the back end. Chuzong tries to read that F out there, does not manage to do so, but now Slows is gonna be able to kite out the situation. Wang Liang now is getting the pressure thrown his way here by Arano, trying to stay up, but AIS is coming right back up here against Wang Liang.
Wang Liang procking ult here. First dash is going to come soon. It's going to be V2, and looking at Slows here, Slows is going to be avoided. He needs to kite around here as fast as possible. Wang Liang finds that perfect positions and a little hidey hole he loves to take in terms of this. And remember, he has F1 too, so he's just going to burn out one armor powder heal for this. Slows though, burning F1 himself. taking out the heal here if he can, and of course waiting out to see whether or not the scare rush is going to occur. Nice ultimate to deny that tech from the blue focus scare rush, but of course slows. He can kite this out. He's still got 2 dashes. He gets a guaranteed freeze. Oh, positioning. Unfortunate. F2 invested in here from Marana, though, as he got caught into that freeze. And he looks to re-aggress upon that. And the second dash should be used for escape. This gives Marana more momentum to wanting to take the chase down, as well as AS.
And this is where, oh man, this is where, yeah, he just gets full juggled. This is exactly where, and a burn just for the elimination there from Marana onto Slows. That's exactly where I feel like Slows is not finding success. He's standing inside the pocket. He invests a dash in for, aggression there with common armor. He falls off it, and I'm seeing him doing that time and time again. He's staying in the pocket. Yes, even sometimes with Yang depletion timer, you got to stay in the mix. But we've seen across the board other players do. Oh my God, big juggle there. Pace eats up the pistol shot as well. I thought he was gonna go for the full juggle down the hill. But yeah, opposed to some other players, we do see them. Even with Yang depletion timer, they ice off the pressure. Even though that player is getting lobbied, whoever has the Yang depletion timer, whoever they have lobbied as well, they back up, take a full reset, and try to snag up the bloom there. You don't really need to kill. You just need to have to cleanse, but I don't know, man. It's rough to see Slows here. Fong though on the fan, practicing the 2-on-1 off of that 2-on-1 once again on the fan. It's a little bit different compared to all the other weapons. On the other weapons, you can just hold down R&B all the way through. For the fan, you got to double click on into the hold there, so it's just a little bit of difference. I've never seen it with a dagger. Oh my God, I actually never seen it happen with a dagger. But XY might be posting up for this Roman Yang, but Fong already in, waiting for his opponent there on the hottie, and it's going to be FPS EQ's verse going against DRG's Fong here for the first Roman Yang on game number 6.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, right there. Yeah, Benthic Descent on Verse. So this could be a setup. Who knows, potentially. For Verse right now, though, Rocking Gold, however, is a purple rarity, is definitely going to be the key component here. Looking towards the sky here for bow shots. Fong will look towards the grapple line and making sure he can try to close his position. Grapple Stagger comes out for Soul Break. Not going to be the case. Hold check comes out, and there's going to be LMB. This forces an F2. Wild Haymaker Blue Focus coming in for Fong, but an F1 investment from Verse to actually get some mitigation here for the aggression. He's using that cannon. He's using the proximity shots to his advantage. The reposition from Fong again for another Soul Break spam. This is where they break the mentality of whether or not what type of person you are, a blue spammer or a hold checker. And now it's going to be a case who is going to get avoided for the first pounds. Verse still has another one, but the level 2 swings or level 3s, I should say, from Fong could be enough deterrence because this chase could be going on for a long time. But the disengagement from the ultimate comes out, and it looks like Fong's going to be going on ground unit duty against the Tiger.
Oh man, still the pressure there off the Aqua's ult. Still has a little bit left, but now it's gone. Nice scare rush there for Fong. Reads the F1 as well. Beautiful showcasing there for Fong. Going up for the scare rush, trying to see if he can find an opening for himself. But a 1-2 Mings overholds, get the damage off of that 1.0. Now Verse trying to find a second army focus release there for Fong. Gets cut off the LMB Prawn. This could be the elimination here for Verse with this rarity weapon. And Fong is going to fall off of that. Now we have Chuzong against AIS, purple dual blades or Hong Sword in hand for AIS. Chuzong on the blue rarity there off the scales there with his ultimate, still trying to find his elimination. Does manage to do so there against AIS, and Chuzong is going to come out victorious in that Roman Yang.
And we see actually the kill feed. Frost has won his Romy Yang as well up against Blue Fong, and it looks like it's going to be his elimination to be earned out. Purple armor, gold weapon, we know the deal. And it's going to be him to hopefully have this pop off for the Volta game. 2 eliminations so far for Prosperous. Wang Liang, though, looking to invest his dashes to escape in this cliff side as it reaches over towards the tower, the ballista. And for Spider to make sure he can kind of keep the kiting going, he's going to be looking to try to jump LMB, and it's not going to occur because that V2 or V1 from the Liam's going to come out, but he double rolled into that Soul Bloom for success. And now XY looking for the velocity untold reasoning enough to hold it in the face of danger, and Spider is not going to take that as a no. He's going to keep on going and keep on aggressing. If he can, it'll just be up to the case of that ultimate being depleted.
Frostavis, Verse, and JDG there with the Vermilion's Burst Might for this game. Chuzong are going to be the ones getting full active with that gold weapon in their inventory, as we see Chuzong with the gold pole sword trying to find somebody else. Burst with the Vermilion's Burst Might with the gold staff opposed to the gold pole sword there from Chuzong. Frostavis first one in there against AIS, trying to get AIS lobby here. We do have the Matari ultimate on invested there from AIS, trying to kite out the situation. The Volta bubbles are called in there for Frostavis. Now the pressure is going to go towards Frostavis' way. He's going to eat up a lot of damage. Now the Volta ultimate is being invested there for Frostavis as well. Catches the dash. No, it's going to be Matari F there for the damage. Does manage to catch. No, does not connect. Catches the pry off of it though. Trying to back on up from the situation. Frostavis now eating up a lot of damage off the cannons there from Verse. Might need to retreat off the situation, but he's trying to stay inside the pocket because he has the Vermilion's Burst Might, so he stays safe off of this alone. And Chuzong now in the mix. Killing ultimate invested for Chuzong, and now the mix-up starts up here for Chuzong.
Yeah, and AS is going to be in the thick of danger. He found the kill with the Hong Sword. Whether or not he can kite around here is going to be up to the case. Chishang almost finding a pocket to heal. He's not going to take it. He's going to be going straight aggression. Goes for millions. Hits double target. Hits triple target.
God.
Oh my goodness. Wait a second. He's looking out the window to the wall. He's going to hatch one level 2 swing, and he finds AS as a result, and he's spamming this out. He finds a solo, and that's 1,000 heal total. And now it's going to be a hold to check him to position here. Gets caught by the LME. Jump LME can come out here. He's got F1 still available. Nice parry, though. And the Octo Soul is going to be utilized because of that parry being a long sword, and that's not going to be fun time, and that's going to be elimination. That's giving Verse more eliminations. 5 on the board. Has millions for another 45 seconds. The F2 for the knockback, and has one more pounce to kind of lock down his hottie if he can through the walls. And there's the enhanced scatter rush because Verse is just eating up here.
Wow, he catches the V2 there on the wall. With a little bit left on his ultimate, trying to see if he can find some more damage. Nice LMB Prowl. Thought that he was going to let loose the F there, but nice patient there's for Verse. Fong now showing back up. The 1-2 on the ground. Nice kite there as well. Tries to go for the raw uppercut. Doesn't connect off of this. Fong now catches the pry off of this. This can't be the elimination here for Fong, and it is. And Vermilion's burst right now is going to be called in there for FPSDQ's Verse, and Chuzong showing back up here to the party. Fong did already all the damage he needed to. Fong and Pace going at it into the outskirts of the map as well. Pace here with the purple nunchucks in hand. So you got to lose the next time meter burn. Wufong reads it though. Massive damage going to weave the F as well. Beautiful plays there from Wufong. Now Pace is going to be forced to pop the Skilo ultimate. Connects off the first one. Has to chop out Raj the second. Does not manage to do so. Is going to be forced to pop this F. And now the distance is going to be created there for Wufong. Trying to take this Rama Yang pass. Arana showing up to the mix as well. We do see the Keelan with that ultimate online. And it's another hottie showing up. So the pressure's going to be going towards Keelan's way.
Yeah, I think one thing Rana was looking towards, he had the other Roma Yang to look out. He heard the Keelan ultimate, and he went straight towards his direction. Now Pace is in a really bad spot. Taking out the F1, now invested. Uppercut's confirmed. I can't believe double uppercut. And so 3 RMBs to be spammed out here. And now it's going to be 1-2s in the RMB hold check for the meter done. Not going to confirm it. And I'm looking for a jump here as the hold check is going to be consumed. Double blue focus both directions. Pace looking for another dual Scion Fang hit for that sustain if he can for the dual circles animation. But there's going to be F2 killed. That can't be a thing, bro. That's diabolical, Wufong.
What? What? I've never seen a F2 get off the body. A little bit of splash damage off the parachute there. That was insane to watch. I've actually never seen that happen. But FPSDQ's Verse posted up for the Roman Yang, practicing the 2-1-1, trying to stay crispy here for the Roman Yang. Has only one pair of weapon back up there with the purple halberd. So if he definitely wins this Roman Yang, he's gonna be able to have that second gold weapon in his inventory. This time around is gonna be against XY. XY on the Liam once again. We are gonna be having a Liam v Akos for this Roman Yang. Do have him with a cannon in the back pocket, blue long shot as well. If he's managed to catch the prior off of that, but what's gonna be the mix up here for both players, XY and Verse, both starting up high here for this Roman Yang.
Yeah, no F1's his message just yet. Velocity Untold is being triggered back and forth from XY. Looking for the scare rush blue focus. F1 investment here coming in from the Akos. Huge dash shuttle and beast is going to force out the ultimate from the Akos because he doesn't want to get caught in here, and there's going to be a chance for XY. Now having actually, I think he actually has the better advantage here as long as he uses, oh my goodness, yeah, he avoided the V2 pounds. That's 1 down. And XY can maybe even make sure that he can knock out Verse from his lifespan because Nunchucks, Liam, bro, oh my goodness gracious. If XY can look to try to get a quick moment of knockback with the V1 proc and catch neutral, he would end up putting out Verse in his misery unless he gets caught out with every single one of his abilities to be tap dodge.
That's some beautiful spacing there from XY. Now he has the full green light to invest this Liam ultimate. Manages to catch the scare rush. Doesn't manage to catch the prowl. Swaps on over to the longsword. He's looking for that carousel. We know it. We know he's looking for a catch the scare rush. And here it is. The grapple into the uppercut to the R&B. Carousel, big damage into the follow-up as well. There goes the Liam after for the extension to the double carousel. No, he drops it. XY with a rare drop again in the Ramaye. Does have to have to stay safe off the situation. And Verse manages to stay up, but the cannon shot there from XY, and that would have been disgusting that XY would have reconverted that carousel.
That would have been nasty. V2 force proc here. Frostbus taking this fight against Shishang, who has combo breaker, who has ultimate, and a whole horizontal release to try to force out time here as the spear throw has been consumed. First one is done, but it's going to be dodged, and Shishang gets caught. B for that stone form proc, gets that one hit, doesn't get any sort of confirmation here for another water spear. He is waiting this out for the stamina. Wait a second, the F1 still available, so he has to go for R&B, and Shishang is going to have a free real estate position. Oh my goodness, no way, no shot. Can we extend this process? We don't drop these, right? We don't drop these. No! And we drop those. Okay, listen, the slash happened here. I lost my mind for a couple of seconds there, but this man almost got himself a position of TODing out Shishang, but alas, Thunderstorm picked up gold daggers being picked up, a purple katana. So that's going to be Chang's victory. It's gold armor to be also accrued.
You know, if you guys were a fan of Valda back in the day, I mean, you know when Valda came out, that F2 now, F3 previously, had the potential to just extend like that so well. You know, I never really played Valda like that, so I don't really know what converts now. But I do know there is some sort of conversion off the F2 bubbles now, but it's a lot different. But XY there with the elimination onto Spider, F1 there for Burst, still has Jane depletion timer. XY applying the pressure this time around. Aqua's ultimate invested. This is the rerun back here between both of these players. Aqua's online, trying to see if he can fish out Ronald here, trying to see if he can find an opening, connects off the V2 from the top side there. Now, what's gonna be the mix up here for Burst? Catches off the first leap, but now the F called in here for the Hottie, and Arano now trying to cut out this ultimate as best as he can, but they need to be aware of the third party starting to move out in, as well as Wu Fong showing them to the party.
Now for Verse, he could have consumed a second bounce, you know, it's unfortunate, but you're gonna see Arano for the jump R&B there. Now the F1's invested 4 minutes under for that remaining depletion. Dual circle Cyan Fang gonna be released out here. R&B hull check out here. Jump parry attempt was not gonna be had, but he had to invest the F1 in the background. You can see that coming in from Wu Fong. Now it's up to Verse holding the ground, keeping himself hidden, but he is not in the bush right there, so he can get cannon shot from XY. XY is a minute for that one, but he also has XY also has, if I'm not mistaken, or Verse has dead around somewhere. Someone has if they can get a pistol, that'll be a good chance for them to upgrade their chance of locking down a headshot. Reposition, yeah, and he's gonna be a chance for the R&Bs. No thrown blue there, but Verse is still looking for a blue focus or a blue armor to avoid, but that's gonna be a nice wind spout goal fan. My goodness, Jashang's gonna go out here and Verse out of the game.
Yeah, you see the headphones coming out there for the last game. Super unfortunate there for Verse, but still with 5 on the board, beautiful game here for FPSEQ's Verse. Secures that 4th place spot there with 34.5. So needless to say, an overall beautiful run here for FPSEQ's Verse. Frostivist with 3 minutes and 19 seconds on the Valda, trying to cleanse out this Andy depletion timer. Fog just hiding in the bush right there, breaks the ankles. Frostivist is not aware, but he does manage to see if he can find him back there. But got another player showing up to the party, XY. White Tiger's power is there for XY, as well as Chuzong. So does not want to take a fight between both of those players. We do have Wu Fong still in the mix here. Looks like Frostivist is going to wait out for the perfect opportunity. Still has a little bit of time to work around right now. Rano in the mix, Wu Fong, XY, Chuzong. 6 players still remain with Frostivist in the mix as well. Purple Longsword in hand here for Frostivist. Has the Valda online if he needs it. We do have Chuzon and XY both with 4 eliminations on the board. With Fong, Rano, and Fong with 1. And Frostivist does have 2 on the board currently here for his last game of the day with the gold pole sword. So he can do a lot of damage there if he's able to catch a spirit throw. But we do see the cannon shots flying on in between both of the hotties there, or onto both of the hotties. We got a Rano trying to kite out all this pressure right now, but everybody in the server trying to let loose all this pressure here from the cannon shots, and the splash damage is going in. It is putting in work there on Toronto. We got the Phoenix Blast in the back end as well for a longsword, and now the Hottie ultimate is going to be invested here for Arana.
Yeah, the thing is, Deshaun is the only person to know that there is a Valda that he found the Romiang for him to decide upon investing his chase on, and then he can force that out for the lobby to then follow suit. But Arana taking this position of being caught out, that's just a matter of the circumstances. And right now, taking disengagement conserves at least 1/8 of his ultimate gauge. He's going to have to see whether or not he can escape here, because he's got a lot of trees to work off those branches. It's up to whether or not Frostwist in the next under 2 minutes time frame that if he can catch somebody out, maybe LMB, maybe an R&B, something of the blue focus nature, if something, honk someone's health down to force lobby into it so he can find that chance of locking down that soul bloom. Otherwise, if he gets caught into a lobby situation just because they want to make sure Valda does not enter into end game circle, that's clean and simple, or simple and clean. Gotta shut out Utada. And now it's going to be a chance between Frostbus here to avoid the wind spouts, and there's going to be the kill elimination. XY finds it and maybe finding potential here to slowly crawl over here. Not going to be working out for Frostbus' favor. We got 70 seconds left on the clock or so for him to just work out a soul bloom to be earned to stay in the game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate here for Frostivist. Everybody full W keying in, especially in the last game of the day. We usually see this aggression from all these players. Fong, though, spinning back to R&B focus there onto Chuzong. Frostivist, 55 seconds, around 55 seconds to try to cleanse. Just a lot of pressure right now. Brain surfing here for both players. Fong in the mix as well. Counter grapple connects there, clips off the Liam in the back end. Frostivist still going to go for Fong. F caught in there for the Hottie. Does have the terrain as well in the situation. Frostivist now 40 seconds in counting. Still has the ult online if he needs it. Fong, though, doing a really good job kiting out this pressure, sends out the Rampage, does not connect off of the wind spot there from Chuzong there to stop the pressure there onto the Hottie. Does manage to kite out. Now, Frostivus might have to just count his blessings in this situation with 23 seconds remaining. Still trying to get active against Fong. Fong now, no, massive parry there from Frostivus, and that's going to be a gold pulsar damage into the Vault ultimate investment here from Frostivus. Still has his eyes onto Fong. Nearly connects there off of that spear as well with 9 seconds and counting. I don't believe Frostivus is going to be able to get this elimination on time. And Chuzong with the last hit, he is going to be snagging up this elimination inside the zone as well.
Yeah, it's a feels bad situation there, looking for the Wildman Haymaker Spear and using the investment of the ultimate, whether that's an insurance or for the aggression. By that point, Fong is already long gone on the porch. Taking the chances here. Chuzong takes himself into a whole other world of danger, though. He's taking himself to force ultimate as Liam's able to kind of force in the progression of the damage, the control of the Liam's knockback into the Orc Sword. And now Chuzong takes himself to take the sustain, advanced heal and proc status, has 5 eliminations here after being earned out. Having to actually work into this build. I mean, he's got a gold pole sword, gold staff, gold fan, wind spout, as mentioned before. You know, in the Thunderstorm, if he's looking to try to earn that one out. Now for Chuzong, it's just going to be him kiting away. In this meantime, Phoenix Blast reveal here for XY, gold longsword 2. He's got himself to have another, he himself has an advanced heal as well. So keep that one going through. And having enough supplies here to be on reserve if he needs to double back here for, you know, for when it does expire for the timer. Meanwhile, we're looking at towards Wufang. He's got purple weapons across the board. He's wielding that out. Has max mitigation working into the play. He's going to be using the bow for the scatter shot effect. That's going to be the play. Nice parry from Wufang, and knowing the F1's going to be coming out and being burned from XY as Fong looking for those blessed shots. Another move made in the game. I ain't gonna say nothing.
He's not trying to cast the curse of the game.
Can't do it.
Hey, that's very interesting now that the parry is 360, because you know lots of the times we would see still you would parry and you would still eat up the damage there. It would hit you towards the back, and now it gives you that opening to go for the tap dodge cross up instead of full turning around there with the aim assist to still confirm the parry as we saw there. So that's very interesting to see. XY though against Fong, overholding R&B Proud, but F caught in there for the Hottie. Now Wufang trying to peel on out here for the fellow Hottie. We still have Chuzong and XY trying to see if they can get one of these Hotties out. But Fong, once again, with the movement game, got to try to catch him back to that terrain he was at earlier. Trying to use the side of this clip, but doesn't manage to do so. And that's imperative from XY. Catches the prior off of this. F caught in once again there for Fong. Now the Hottie ultimate is going to be called in for Fong. What's going to be the mix up here for himself? He is going to be able to create the distance to see what he is going to be able to do. It looks like he's going to cancel the ultimate, save that rage up, but XY still has his eyes here onto Fong.
Yeah. And another thing too is that Fong has a lot of supplies. This man can sustain out for his end game circle as long as it doesn't come down towards him being Death's Door. But the whole lobby realizes that. A counter grapple against XY there. Kind of interesting decision to be made, I'll be 100% honest, considering that it's going to stop the chase here, but it is a gold armor and it is a gold longsword. Whether or not they realize it's the weapon rarity, by the time they reach a blue focus, they're going to realize that very soon, especially considering he has Phoenix Blast. Now, for everything coming out from XY, no ultimate here for another 12 percentage points. Catches Clink, 10%. Look, we try to go for the R&Bs, spam it, the Wild Haymaker around corners. This is going to be a very, very risky play, considering everyone's kind of in the safe distance to look for the parry there. But it looks like Chuzong hit out towards the edge line. We're going to see Wufang looking to scare rush out here and take it into height advantage. We got 3 minutes and 40-some seconds here for the players to make it into this end game circle alive. Hottie's in the play, Liam in the play, and McKeelan to try to survive out. It's a 5-kill game for XY, a 5-kill game for Chuzong, but both ones for both DRG Fong and X1's Wufang for both of these guys. I'm just kind of think they're both playing Hottie too. What are the chances that both of them have the chances of being those, you know, synergized play styles, but also to the names? Well, a little bit towards the kill eliminations, and both of them being Hotties. Crazy.
Yeah, it's still, yeah, it is insane. Do have though Chuzong trying to see if you try to get, I mean, the Hotties is just up right now. Everything they get thrown at, they all have the sustain for it right now. Hottie Fs, Hottie ults, went spot there in the back end. Now XY drops very low. The pressure's gonna go towards the Liam's way. Nice little movement there off that ult there. And now the bow shot's double headshot, no double hit, I should say, off that bow shot. Does manage to pop one in with the advanced heals. He'll be able to get that armor back pretty quickly as well. The wind spot back in there from Chuzong. Fong now trying to focus XY with Fong as well. But everybody now inside this corner could be a big problem. I heard a big parry in there in the back end. It looks like Fong reads it there. Now XY has the winning opportunity to try to stay up here in the situation. Now full maxing up that armor and health. Do see him that advanced heal, put in that work now. Wu Fong trying to stand his ground. Fong as well. Lots of pressure for both of these players. The terrain there saved them to not getting parried there. That was a nice little cheeky thing from XY. Throw it out to avoid getting parried. Now, we do see him now losing all that armor once again, and this could be bad for him, but both of these players trying to stay up and trying to snag up the MVP, and XY is going to fall for this, and that's going to be one on the board, another one on the board there for Chuzong.
Yeah, 6 eliminations taken so far. 2 other opponents for him to look out, and they're both hotties. And he's going to have a Akil and ult to kind of look for splashes in the midair if they look for early investment for an ultimate. Now, for Chuzong having gold rarity, I mean, this is going to be the scaling factor right now. And for Chuzong taking the time to reset and no one taking the aggression, this is because they want this to last as long as possible. There's a lot of trees, but there's also a lot of grief here for scare rushes. You know, trees being a pillar type. Pillar types, if you guys don't know what I mean by that, pillar type terrain is when you're scare rushing, but you don't scare rush directly where you want to, you go straight up. And that could honestly put someone in a bad spot if they're trying to catch a quick corner off a rock and then it ends up being a pillar because there was a pole right there next to them. Now, for Chuzong, having himself to kite around this rock, he knows exactly where his position best lies into this keep. He's only got 2 armor patterns left into his reserves. So for right now, just trying to work out and not losing out a lot of health. Taking out fights between both of these hotties is not a battle he can win out unless he is going to be the one on top of the anticipation game.
Yeah, he's doing a really good job there with the Stormform on the post sword, but Fong as well has one. And all it's really going to take is one overhold there off focus attack from the post sword to knock out a lot of that armor there from Chuzong, and already getting counter grapple from Wufong as well. I think I see scatter shots. I believe that was like more than one. Yeah, that was like one or more arrows being flown there towards Chuzong's way. So he's gonna have that advantage. That one connects as well. Now Chuzong loses pretty much almost all that gold armor. Has 2 more blocks left, 2.5 to be exact. Now the 1-2. There goes the full armor. I believe there it is. The falling hit there in the back end for Fong. Now Akil ultimately can be invested here for Chuzong, trying to stay up in this situation. Hottie F called in there for Fong. He does have to sustain there to avoid most of this ult, and Wufong is playing the high ground here. Oh my god, he just fastball down there with I believe an aerial RB to try to see if he can find some sorts of damage. But Chuzong now in the mix, trying to stay up here with the healing ultimate. We got Hottie ultimates now being invested, and now it's gonna be a toss-up who's gonna be able to stay up here for the last and final moments of this game.
Yeah, the burn's going to be what's going to kill him off, and Wufong finds the last hit confirmation. It's going to be 2 eliminations so far. Now it's going to be up to Fong. This is going to probably be a tight situation. Dependency whether or not Fong actually survives this one, not because Wufong has been taking a lot of damage. And look, it's going to be a kill off. It's not going to be an elimination. So it's going to be, I think, it's just not going to be anyone's game. It's going to be Chuzong's game. He had a lot of kills. Taking it to their 3rd place. Man's going to be the MVP for today. It's going to be earned out. It's like, no. Yeah, you ain't MVP. I'm MVP. I got that. Listen, I got that. And it's going to be Kane getting out here for the MVP with that 6 kill, killing game and circle position, all the gold weapons in the lobby essentially, and all in all, just good opportunity of like the rotation control. I mean, obviously then and there when XY got caught out of that building, he made sure he just goes ahead, backs off, forcing resets.